Hey, weren't you?
Guys, you.
Sky's View.
Part 2. Damn, son, where'd you find this one? Well, we're back.
All the way from the bottom.
This is part 2 of the episode you just watched, hopefully.
You didn't make it this far, sorry.
Yeah. We still got Blake here.
Yeah.
How the hell are you?
Still living the dream, man.
We still got Daddy Denton here, too.
Greetings, Earthlings.
And we still got Bushhog with us.
That's right.
The what kid?
Lemonhead
Lemon
kid.
Drop Kid.
Lemon Drop Kid.
son.
Lemon Drop Kid, man.
Get that money.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. So let's get into, let's just start it off weird.
Yeah.
Have we not been weird for 2 and something hours?
No, because this is a part 2. This is a brand
I know,
new
but
episode.
I'm just saying. Let's
I
get
wanna
weird again, huh?
This shit
Yeah.
just started.
So I want to start it off. I've done this with Andy probably 40,000 times. I think we even did this on Christmas, actually.
I love this, actually. It's
Um,
pretty good.
Me and Denton did this with Andy. Or me and Andy did this with Denton on another one of them fucking episodes that we can't release.
Are we gonna be able to release these so far? Or?
Yeah, we're good so far.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I think.
As long as nobody fucks up anytime soon. Oh, please don't
No.
fuck up. So this is for you then, Blake. And
Okay.
we've all kind of based our opinion, so it's kind of just throwing for you right now. And then we'll let you know what we said afterwards. So have you ever heard of the Mandela effect?
Yeah.
Okay. And so I'm sure you know some of the Mandela effects.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't
He
think
might
we're
know
gonna.
them all.
You probably do.
I don't know. I know a few.
Okay, so I'm going to read you a couple, and I just want you to base your opinion, obviously, of what you remember or what you don't.
Okay.
Okay, so Fruit of the Loom. Do you know the logo for Fruit of the Loom, like the underwear? Do you remember?
Do I know what the logo is?
Yeah, do you remember? Describe what you remember.
I think like grapes or something.
Yeah, is
That's
that
it. I just remember
That's all you
grapes.
remember,
I remember
grapes.
like grapes and maybe they're purple and then there's maybe
Fruits.
something red. Yeah,
There's an
obviously
apple.
fruit.
Yeah,
Okay.
there was an apple.
Okay.
You
yeah.
don't remember anything else?
Maybe like it said fruit of the loom.
Like in a okay.
Like in a like down. I don't know.
That was
That's I
hard
think
to
that's about all I remember.
Yeah, it
from
is hard.
Fruit of the loom.
Do you ever remember like a cornucopia? You know, like those things that they used to have.
I don't remember a cornucopia.
You know, like the
I know what a cornucopia is.
So
yeah.
the fruit
like a
was
basket.
sitting inside of the basket on the
Okay.
logo. Do you remember that at all? Like deep in your brain?
Yeah, maybe. I
Maybe.
can see it now, but only because you you
Yeah, of
described it
course.
to me.
That's kind of hard with these. That's
Yeah.
the thing. So anyways, most people remember there being a cornucopia, which me and Andy do. Like hard. I remember that shit like crazy. Way before we got into this, like hardcore.
Yeah.
We went back and forth with these. And when we asked Denton, he specifically did not remember a cornucopia.
Okay.
There's not one.
There's not.
What
No.
year were you born?
88.
Yeah, explain. You need to explain this. What
So-
we're doing here for a second.
I
Before you start-
I know
I
what the
figured.
Mandela
I know you.
effect is.
But
Like
people
I know.
listening.
People listening
People
probably.
Oh
listening.
yeah. Okay.
Because
Okay.
we're definitely getting into part 2, and we need to explain these things.
Yeah, that's true.
So the Mandela effect, in a sense, is Nelson Mandela, which was the president of South America. I just slaughtered that, I'm sure.
South America is a continent.
Okay. Anyways, he was somewhere. He was the president somewhere or the whatever. Anyways, people remember him dying.
In
And
prison.
yes, dying in prison.
He was in prison.
And it was like in the 80s, right?
I don't have
Something like that?
I have no idea about that.
This is
We're
all.
fucking killing
If
this.
you came here to get your actual news, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're just talking shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so people remember seeing him dying in prison, and then his funeral being broadcasted on like national TV. They carried him in a casket through the streets, and people can like almost damn near identify every little piece that happened. Well, the problem is Nelson Mandela was alive until like 2013, and it was a mass group of people, like 100 million or more people were like, oh, I know for a fact he's dead. He's been dead for 25 years. I remember seeing the funeral. I remember seeing all the stuff. But then out of nowhere, everyone starts remembering that he's alive. But they still have these memories, technically. So the reason they call it that's the reason they call it the Mandela effect. The purpose of it is
the Mandela effect didn't even
exist until 2006.
Yeah, that's
technically.
crazy.
It started on Reddit, actually. The first one was the Mandela. I mean, that happening. That's why they call it the Mandela effect. But the reason why it's so significant to the 2006, 2007 era was that was when we created our first particle accelerator. And it was somewhere in, I want to say it was like somewhere in India or something crazy like that. And it was a 17-mile circle that they'd built, and they'd been building for 5 to 6 years. Took forever. It was a big ordeal. I don't know the exact date, but it was like in the news. Everybody was freaking out, thinking that like the world was going to end and it was going to be a big shit show whenever they fired this thing on. So what the particle accelerator essentially does was it would speed up atoms and neutrons and all this stuff fast enough that it would potentially create the God particle. And the God particle is supposedly what created the Big Bang. So what started the whole universe itself. So we created this machine to try and figure out if that was even physically possible. So they fire the son of a bitch up, and it works exactly how it's supposed to, and nothing happens. There's no big bang. There's no loud bang. There's no like nothing, but they physically made, what's the particle? You know the name. Didn't you say it?
I do.
Yeah.
It's called the Higgs boson particle.
That's it. Yeah. So it did make the particle. The particle accelerator did make it, but nothing, nobody showed up like we expected or whatever happened. Just kind of went on with our days. And then, months later was when we started noticing these little flaws of like we're going to go through with these Mandela effects. Things were slowly changing in a sense. People were remembering old memories, and half the group wasn't, in a sense of the world as a group. So that's why the Mandela effect means they think that when that particle was created again, that another universe was technically created as well, and we've overlapped in a sense. And that some people have either false memories or this universe has coincided with ours, and me and Andy are in the same universe and Denton and Blake aren't. We're in the separate, we live in the same physical realm, but we're in separate mental realms in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the kind of weird thing.
But the only thing, like, they're like slamming these protons together like every fucking day now.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, like,
Yeah,
so they're still
what
remembering?
is just
CERN
LHC?
does it all the time.
Yeah, the LHC. Like,
Explain
they
why.
slam these. They do this like thousands of times a day.
Which would explain why everything's just weird.
Yeah, I feel like we'd be in a huge shitstorm right now. If it happened one
We
time,
are.
and well, I mean, way worse than this. Like, if one time it happened and
But you
it
realize
like switched the universe,
But maybe they're not.
twisted up the universe.
Maybe
and then now they do it 1,000 times a day.
maybe it's
And
do you realize
And yours?
that the first time that they noticed this, though, now we're realizing that Fruit of the Loom's logo didn't have a fucking cornucopia? Like, it's the smallest details. So if they are slamming them 1,000 times and it does change it every little bit,
That's
it
true.
would build up to
That's true.
fucking retards trashing the Capitol and
Right.
fucking nonsense that we've dealt with. And Sleepy Biden is now our president. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
anyways, that went way off topic. But
Anyway.
so for you guys out there, if you're fucking even still there now, I mean, that just went real dark real quick.
Yeah. Appreciate you hanging on.
So Mandela effect. We're gonna name a couple of these, and if you guys want to play along at home. So Kit Kat. This is a very fun one for me. This one really messed with me. Think of like Kit Kat's logo.
Okay.
Do you remember a slash between the words?
No, but there's a hyphen, like
Yeah,
for sure,
like a hyphen. No,
100%.
It's never been a hyphen.
never been a hyphen ever.
No way.
Swear to God.
He's getting his
I
phone
remember it
out,
too.
dude. He's getting his
And
phone
you know what's
out.
crazy? Denton didn't remember a hyphen. He said it was
Are you
Kit Kat.
kidding me?
Never been a hyphen for Denton.
Never ever been one. You can't even find a picture of it unless it's the only pictures
Unless
you can
it's
find on
fake.
Google. It's somebody showing like,
What?
look at his face, friends. Yeah, never been a hyphen. It's weird, isn't it? And it blows your mind when you. And it's just small things, but it blows your mind.
Oh, dude.
So, do you remember the movie Shazam?
Yeah, with Shaq.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, me and Andy remember it as Kazam, and it was Sinbad.
They're both movies.
No, Kazam never happened.
Yeah.
Kazam is not a real movie.
No way.
Swear to God, dude. Look it
You
up.
guys have got to be fucking with. No, there is something with Sinbad
No.
though, where he's like a fucking genie.
No.
Never happened.
What do you remember his outfit? What color it was?
Purple.
Yeah, it was
On
blue
the-
and purple. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you remember the box? And it was like him and the kid. Kazam and Shazam are the same movies, and it's always been Shaq. And it's never been Sinbad, and it was a completely different name.
No way, dude.
Swear to God.
This is not real.
Yeah, it is.
There has to be another fucking
No.
movie though. with Sinbad, dude.
No. Sinbad physically came out after all. I mean, Mandela got big. Like, this Mandela effect got really big. Like, people were hearing about it everywhere. Sinbad literally made a commercial about it, like, joking, showing people, like, hey, I was never a genie. That was always Shaq. He was never in that.
Well, then could it be the commercial that I remember?
This came
Maybe.
out last year.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
That
Then
commercial
no.
came out last year,
What
2019.
the fuck?
Yeah. I remember the box, dude. It was made by Nickelodeon. It was in an orange VCR box or VHS box.
Yeah.
Like the other things. Like, I remember the fucking title. I remember the font that it was written in. Like, I swear to God, I was like, oh, dude, after me and
So wait,
Andy
is
talked-
it
it's
is
never
it
been-
called Kazam with Shaq or is it
It's Shazam.
Shazam?
It's
Shazam
Shazam.
with Shaq.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's Kazam with Sinbad is what everybody remembered. I never even knew the movie was Shaq. I always knew it as
Dude, there
Kazam.
is a
No,
movie though
I
with
remember
Sinbad as
Shaq.
a genie.
No,
There has to be.
I
No, there's
remember.
not. Look
I
it up.
remember
Fucking
Shaq,
has-
but I don't.
Well, how
remember.
come I remember both of these though? I
do
know I
too.
remember
I do
Shaq's
too.
shitty ass acting.
You
I
remember-
I will never forget that.
I
It was
remember.
awful.
So I remember Shaq being in a movie, but it was Blue Steel, or Black Steel, or Black whatever. He was the superhero, and he was like a robot. That was a different movie with Shaq.
Okay, I don't know
Two.
about this, but I remember Shaq being a genie, but I also, dude, I know Sinbad.
Sinbad, look it
Hey.
up. If you look up Sinbad genie,
Like, we're just
you'll
getting
see
started, dude. This shit's getting deep.
Yeah,
This gets worse. I promise for you.
it gets way worse.
Maybe not.
I love that I still have it on him. He's just fucking his hand covered his fucking head, just
blowing
blowing
his
his.
Dude.
mind right now.
Yeah,
That is messed up.
yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
They've wiped it from Google, the sons of bitches.
They've physically wiped it from half the nation's mind.
No, wait a minute. Here,
No.
we found Sinbad's Shazam genie movie.
Is that on Reddit?
Yeah, no,
It's
probably
like
fake.
yeah.
At this point.
no, wait,
they're
it's
trying
not. Never mind, it's not. It isn't. Oh my God. Okay, go ahead.
go
Sorry,
Just keep your phone down.
that messed with me, dude.
Oh, just wait.
I'm still bothered. I'm
Just wait.
not done with that. I'm writing that in my notes.
Yeah, put put that in your
Kazam.
notes. Put that in your fucking legal pad over there.
Sinbad. Yeah. I'm
Okay,
going
so
on
you
that.
remember Curious George?
Yeah.
Did he have a tail or did he not have a tail?
Yeah, he had a tail.
No tail. Never had one ever. He was a tailless monkey his whole life.
No, dude.
Swear to God. I remember him with a tail too.
Me too.
Didn't.
Denton said no. It didn't have a tail, right?
Every single one of these that like me and him, like
Denton was opposite of me and
every single one
every
besides
of-
like two. And the two that we were like off on, easy. It
So
could've
Curious
easily-
You got
George,
the fucking Sinbad and Shaq thing right? You don't remember Sinbad being a genie at
I
all.
think that
Well-
one he was on with us.
The that one I I remember, like, when he brought up Mandela effect, the only two I remembered were the Nelson Mandela thing and I heard about the Sinbad thing, so I knew that question was coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got one that I don't know I don't know if it's coming or not.
Oh, I love this. Go ahead. Say
No, I want to wait for it.
Oh, okay.
Until the end.
Okay. The Monopoly Man.
Yeah.
Do you remember his monocle? Or did he have a monocle?
I don't remember a monocle.
No?
No.
You're right. He didn't have one. I do remember
I
one.
always
though.
remember having a monocle.
And me and Andy broke this one down, and we think
the guy from Clue had the monocle, right?
Yeah. Well, we think that the reason why we think of a monocle for the Monopoly Man was from Ace Ventura.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's like, do not pass go, do not collect $200.
I am the Monopoly guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He was like doing this shit. Yeah.
He's wearing them as fur.
So this... Oh, Jim Carrey's my hero, dude.
Oh, man. The best.
He's gone off the Richter now, but...
Yeah.
His time there with those movies were the greatest.
Dude, he was pumping bangers for fucking 10 years, man. He didn't make a bad movie for 10 years, swear to God.
Wow.
All right, so this one, I think, personally, fucked me up the most. So when we were kids, do you remember the books, the Bernstein Bears?
Yeah, this is the one I was going to say.
Okay.
Yeah. I literally, up until like a year ago, called it the Bernstein Bears. And it's like the Bernstein?
Bernstein, yeah.
Yeah, stain.
Stain, and it's Stene.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
No,
Something like that.
EIN.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
I was like, this is not real.
I was physically obsessed with those books when I was a kid. My aunt, so
dude, I know I have a fucking like stack of like 12 of them in my parents' house up in the closet.
Did you go look?
Yeah.
And they're changed?
Yeah. They're not what I read. It's not the same.
Do you know what's
thing.
even more fucked up about that? That Bernstein or whatever, that's the last name of the authors. So that's the name of the people that physically wrote those books. And they even say that it's always been Stain. It was their last name. So that means that their physical last name would have had to change. Do you realize how fucked up that is?
Yeah.
Because why in the fuck are there 30 to 40 million people
who know that
remember
it's the Bernstein Bears?
Berenstein is how a lot of people remember.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
B-R-E-N.
Yeah.
And E-I-N.
And like I've always had this debate with people like, yeah, I remember it as kids, but yeah, we could have screwed it up because I mean we were kids, we were reading the books. But in my counteract on that, so my aunt, when I went to school in Harrisburg, my aunt was the librarian at the middle school, and they would do these things, or at the elementary school, sorry, and they would do these things where all like your class would come in, and then the librarian would read books, to your homeroom or whatever it would be, and we'd always do the Bernstein Bears. See, I'm saying it, Bernstein Bears. My aunt read them to us as a class. And I even asked her about this, and she said the same thing, that she'd remembered them, and same thing, she had the books up in the attic and all that, and went and looked, and changed. She was like, I wouldn't have misread these. Like, I'm a librarian. Like, I'm not going to mispronounce a word.
Yeah.
Like, I'm an adult. I could read, you know what I mean? Like, I was third grade or...
That's not like a little thing. Those books were like huge.
Massive.
Like everybody had them. Everybody fucking read them.
Those books were as big
your
as...
parents read them to you. Like
they were as big as
how
Goosebumps.
did we all...
It's
oh,
one
man,
of the.
that's
It's
messed
one
up.
of the biggest ones of the Mandela effect. I think it's like the
It's
top
probably
one.
the biggest one. Yeah. I would say it's the biggest one. Crazy thing though, in which I don't know how much truth is in this though. After all this had kind of come to light and everybody started talking about it, I did see a picture on Reddit that a guy found a VHS tape that said Bernstein. And it was, remember when they had the movies? They had the little like 10-minute movies or whatever of them. He did find a VHS tape that said Bernstein on like the front label. And then you know how they had like the top labels on them? The top label said Bernstein. But the side label, when you would actually put it into the VCR, said Bernstein. So it's like, it's there.
That's trippy.
Yeah, it's trippy. It's like,
They must have been making that one the second that particle.
Boom.
Or something, yeah, or something crazy. You know what I mean? This one's pretty good. The peanut butter that starts with a J. What is it?
Jiffy?
It's Jif.
Spell it.
It's always been Jif.
Jiffy is the fucking cornbread. Is Jiffy the cornbread?
Wait a minute. Is it?
I have no idea.
Yeah, Jiffy's the cornbread, man.
Maybe that's
why I
why
thought
people
that.
fuck that up.
Yeah, that's why that gets me.
But I do always remember it as Jiffy, but it's been Jif.
It is Jif, yeah.
Damn, I
But I
didn't even
always
think
thought
about
it-
the cornbread.
But I don't know.
I remember seeing the label as Jiffy though, like, and it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
blue and red, and like, and the font was like bubbly, and like the letters were in yellow. I remember it being Jiffy. Fucked up.
Maybe it was.
So that's the only ones that I have on my notes. Do you remember any good
Dude,
ones?
there's a bunch.
I know, but do you remember like off the top of your head any good ones?
I remember
Here, Blakey.
I remember.
Spell Febreze.
Oh, that one, yeah,
Febreze?
like the spray.
Febreeze.
One E. Two E's. There's only one E.
Yeah,
So
There's always been-
Febreze.
Really?
yeah,
Yeah, man.
That one I got wrong.
yeah. You did.
I got Febreze wrong.
I got you on the one
Damn,
In
I'm
the
gonna have to go home
basement-
and look at that.
the one in the basement. The time I got you on Skechers, you were wearing a pair
Oh,
of
that
Skechers.
fucked me. I forgot about that one. So yeah, tell
He
him,
mi-
ask
he
him
miss-
that one.
He missed. How do you spell Skechers?
SKETCHERS.
No
Sketch.
T.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, "Fuck you, dude."
He had his pair of Skechers
I had
on.
a
He
pair of,
pulled
like,
off the
slip-on
shoes, and he's
Skechers
like,
on.
"I swear to God, I'm wearing them right now."
And
He's
there they were.
Never mind.
Which I mean, I get the spelling stuff. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but
But
still,
some of these the
It could
fucked up
just
shit.
be like your brain saying, "How do you spell sketch?"
exactly. It's
And
a
then-
it's a change of
Just-
words and
yeah.
stuff, but
I think
what was the other one?
that's why eyewitness testimony.
No.
Just absolutely.
What was the other one? Neil Armstrong. What did I get?
oh my
Yeah.
god,
Waffled him.
holy fuck! Hold on, red alert. We fucking missed the fucking worst one or
Yeah,
the best
especially
one.
the space guy.
Damn, I'm looking around.
is it
Yeah,
Neil
here we are
Armstrong?
trying to talk about aliens, and
Yeah.
you missed the space guy.
Is it Neil Armstrong? Is that right?
Is he alive or dead?
He's dead, right?
I don't know. You tell us.
He's dead.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
When did he
Yeah.
die?
I don't fucking know.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
See, that's crazy.
I thought he was still fucking alive.
I think he's been dead for a while.
2013. I'm gonna
Yeah,
guess.
he died in
maybe.
like 2012 or
Yeah.
2013.
I didn't even know he's. I
No,
swear to
dude,
God,
Buzz
I didn't
Aldrin's
think he was-
still alive, right? Or did
Yeah,
he
yeah.
finally die? Yeah,
Maybe
Buzz
that's-
Aldrin's still alive.
That's
like,
maybe who I'm thinking about, because whenever I read it, I was like, wait, I thought this would be bigger news. I thought I would know this.
I don't remember
right?
that ever being in the
I
news.
remember when he died. It was a while ago though.
I don't know.
Well, and that's like the whole thing is.
Have you
people don't
guys seen that
remember
video where Buzz Aldrin punches that guy in the face?
Fuck yeah, dude.
It's awesome.
Yeah, he's like
He's-
telling him that the moon
The
landing
moon landing
didn't
was
happen.
fake, calling
Oh,
him
yeah,
a
I have seen
coward
that.
and a
I have
liar,
seen
and
that.
he's just up
fucking
in his face,
busts
dude,
his
and he
ass,
just
dude.
Good.
whops him.
That guy earned it.
Yeah.
Did he slap him with a twisted T?
Hey,
Boom! Just fucking.
what was the name of the cartoon that had Fred and they rode dinosaurs and stuff?
The Flintstones.
Spell it.
You didn't know this is going to turn into a spelling bee, did you?
Jesus.
I swear to God, if you guys are asking me to spell shit, I'd fuck it up regardless.
F-L-I-N-T-O-N.
You got it.
So you nailed it.
Yeah.
We always thought it. I thought it as like the
Flint.
Flint.
Flintstones is what I.
Yeah.
No, he got it right.
No.
Flint.
Yeah, it
Stones.
is.
And it's
No.
Flynn.
Flynn.
Flynn. Everybody says like Flintstones. Yeah.
Okay.
See, the spelling ones don't really get my rocks off,
Yeah.
but the fucking Bernstein bear and
Dude,
So it's like a like a flint stone.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, they had to make fire.
What
Like,
about
that's where
the- what about the-
name? Yeah,
The
I don't know.
bomb.
Oh,
You're
that
the one.
one's
You.
cool.
I never heard of that. You told
So
me
that's
that. I never
that's
heard
not
of
really a
my life.
Mandela effect.
No, it's not. But it's like I've never fucking heard of that
Yeah.
in
And
my
I-
life till you told me. I had never heard of that sumbitch.
It was
Ever in my life.
God damn it, wasn't Oak Island.
Just
We've been talking about Oak Island. So.
look it up because I I want you to tell it because I had never heard of it till you tell me, and I was like, why would I never hear? I mean, why have I never heard of this?
It was a bombing, or it was an explosion that happened on Black Tom explosion. You ever heard of this?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think that was what it was.
That's what I'm saying.
Tom.
I don't think a lot of people's heard of this because
Yeah,
I don't think this is a Mandela maybe, but
No,
I
it's
just
not.
don't think it's like a hidden. I just don't think no one ever talked about it.
It's
think
not
you-
a-
blown up.
Yeah, it's not a Mandela. It's fucking nuts that we don't learn this though.
Because I never heard of it till like a year ago when you told me.
What exploded?
Just
Okay, so here I'll read this to you. So I got really deep into this wormhole, and it's the reason I got deep into it is because it was in a really weird time. It was during World War I, and this should have been taught. Like this would have been like huge news, and still should have been forever. Anyway, so the Black Tom explosion was an act of sabotage by German agents to destroy U.S.-made munitions that were to be supplied to the Allies in World War I. The explosion, which occurred on July 30th of 1916 in the New York harbor, killed 4 people and destroyed some of $20 million worth of military goods. In 1916, by the way, $20 million worth of military stuff. This incident, which happened prior to the U.S. entry of World War I, also damaged the Statue of Liberty. It was one of the largest artificial non-nuclear explosions that has ever been recorded. Still,
no one's
to
even
this day.
fucking heard of it. I fucking do. I just don't. It blows my mind.
I called Andy. I watched like 4 hours.
That's
of
because it was an explosion that happened that was against the United States.
Exactly.
It's probably
And they
told
covered
about
it up.
all the rest of the world.
Yeah, they covered it up.
I mean, we know about Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
You think
like,
you would, you know,
You know what I mean?
be some shit.
Everybody knows about that, but we don't hear about the bomb that
tell us
that
more.
fucked up. They
Tell us more
don't
about
want
it.
to tell us
Smoked
that.
us.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that you know the gist of the idea of what happened, listen to these fucking details. Okay, so on the night that the Black Tom explosion happened, which was July 30th of 1916, about 2 million pounds of small arms and artillery ammunition were stored at a depot in freight cars and on barges, including 100,000 pounds of TNT on Johnson's barge, which was number 17. All were waiting to be shipped to Russia. Jersey City's shitties
Shitty Jersey.
Same thing.
Yeah.
later said that he had been told the barges was tied up to Black Toms to avoid a $25 charge. So what happened was they had all that ammunition and all that TNT. They were shipping them to Russia, and they tied up all these barges to Black Tom Island in waiting because they didn't want to do the $25 charge to be able to ship them throughout the night. So they stayed. They kept all this.
These motherfuckers have $50 million, which
right in
what
1916.
yeah, okay. So
they
that-
avoided the $25 charge and kept.
all
15
basically,
hours.
and basically a Europe invasion's
Yeah.
worth of fucking ammo.
Just because they wanted to stop in New York for the night and then keep going to Russia, pretty much. Anyways, so after midnight, a series of small fires were discovered on the pier. Some guards fled, fearing an explosion. Others attempted to fight the fires, and eventually the Jersey City Fire Department was called. At 2:08 a.m., the first and largest of the explosions took place. The second and smaller explosion occurred around 2:40 a.m. A noticeable location from the first major explosion was around Johnson's barge, number 17, which contained 50 tons of TNT and 417 cases of detonating fuses. The explosion created a detonation wave that traveled 24,000 feet per second with enough force to lift firefighters out of their boots into the air. Fragments
What?
fragments from the explosion traveled
What?
long distances. Some lodged into the Statue of Liberty, and that are still there to this day. And we don't fucking know anything about this. You're telling me
Why?
that
it's
really?
yeah, it's because something we fucked up. They don't tell us about that stuff.
So, and other
Who
fragments lodged.
sabotaged it though? I guarantee you, someone knew this shit was there and sabotaged it because
Dude, they planned it to
Yeah.
be there. Like somebody fucking, you're shitting me? We're gonna park all that shit there to avoid a $25 fucking fee. That's what we're calling it. I don't give a fuck if it was 1916 or not.
I don't know. I don't know what.
So, anyways, let's get deeper into this. It gets crazier.
it's crazy. I just don't think you would hear about this.
You would be taught this.
Yeah,
This
you
is
should
way
be.
more important than half the shit we learned in history class. So, anyways, other fragments lodged into the clock tower of the Jersey Journal, which is like one of the biggest fucking journals of the United States. In Journal Square, more than a mile away, that stopped the clock at 2:12 a.m., which it still stopped to this day to like memorialize the explosion. They
Wow.
never fixed the clock. Why the fuck don't we know that? You know what I mean? Like, I'm so
I
confused.
wonder if their local students in the area have been taught that though.
Oh, they would have to be that
Surely.
part.
Yeah.
I'm sure that
surely they're-
someone's asking their mom, why is that clock stopped at 2:12 a.m.?
Why is it
Right.
always
Well, I don't
2:12?
know.
Yeah. I don't know. I
'Cause
never
Back
learned
to the
that.
Future
Yeah.
happened, and a
Yeah.
lightning strike hit this sumbitch, and Doc went back. you
Okay,
know?
so here's
I don't know,
here's
man.
where it gets crazy, I think. The explosion was an equivalent of an earthquake measuring between 5 and 5.5 on the Richter scale. And was felt as far away as Philadelphia
Fuck.
from New Jersey. That's a big distance. Windows were broken as far as 25 fucking miles away.
How have I? Why? How this is?
Some-
Dude, the crazy thing is like
Oh, yeah.
I've never even heard of this.
I know.
I hadn't either till last year when he was telling about it. So it's like,
And it gets even
what the fuck?
it
Why
gets
did
even
we
deeper
not
here.
ever heard?
So some of the stained glass windows, some window panes in Times Square were shattered in New York
Yeah.
from New Jersey. The stained glass windows in St. Patrick's Church, which is like that big fucking church that's pretty much downtown, they were destroyed completely. That have been there for decades.
Yeah.
The outer wall of Jersey City Hall was cracked, and the Brooklyn Bridge was shaken. The Brooklyn fucking bridge was shaken.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense that we've never heard
People
about this at
people as
all.
far away as Maryland were awakened to what they thought was an earthquake.
You would think
That's 4 states away.
this is some shit that should be. I mean, I don't. Whatever. I don't care.
Okay,
But
so
it's like,
so here goes with the money. This is what makes it even crazier. Property damage from the attack was estimated at $20 million, equivalent to about $470 billion in 2019. On the island, the explosion destroyed more than 100 railroad cars, 13 warehouses, and left a 375 by 170 foot crater from the source of the explosion. The damage to the Statue of Liberty was estimated to be $100,000 back then, which is equivalent to $2.3 million in 2019. I mean, right?
I don't. Are you? This is all true.
Physical, yeah. I'm not. If I wrote
No,
all
yeah.
that down, I'm fucking awesome. You know what I mean? Like, no, that's yeah.
true story.
You can find it in history books and stuff, but we just never were taught.
None of them.
It was never a
hand.
It was never a like a you know what I mean, like something you had to learn at like
Yeah.
6th grade, which is
It
crazy.
was never on any test I ever took.
No, I've never even heard of it.
And you feel like it would be something significant. Well, we fucked up.
I would at least
Yeah.
like to see such an explosion.
Dude, could you imagine?
Can you imagine what that would feel like?
100
That's
fucking...
my favorite thing about like being close to an explosion is when you can feel it. Like,
yeah.
oh,
Dude. Yeah.
It's fucked up, isn't it? It's scary. It's scary to think that something that big happened 104 years ago, and you just now learned about it.
Especially when it destroyed part of the Statue of
Right?
Liberty.
I mean, it literally blew like glass out of Times Square, and it stopped the clock at Jersey Journal, and they kept it. Like, you could physically go there right now and see it.
you know what?
What's crazy is, like, how does that keep secret, though?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, how am I...
Because we don't.
How am I
nobody
30
talks
years
about,
old and I've never heard of this?
Because nobody talks about it when you fuck up. Nobody talks
when you
about
fuck
that.
up, dude. It's easy to cover
everybody
something
wants
up
to
when
talk
you
about
fuck up.
when.
But
you know.
somebody is still talking shit somewhere. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Someone's. I don't know.
What
So
blows
there-
my mind is that only 100 years ago, $100,000 was the equivalent to $2.3 million right now.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. Maybe I read that wrong. Let me look back. $100,000 equivalent to 2.35 million in 2019. Oh,
Maybe all in labor.
I screwed up the I screwed up the first part, which was the property damage total. It was 20 million back then, and it's 470 million in 2019. So that makes more sense. I said billion, I think, but still, it's crazy. $470 million worth of damage and nothing. We hear nothing.
Crickets.
Yeah, legitimate crickets. So the reason I found this, which it's kind of weird that how I found it, honestly. I was watching videos on YouTube of what was it? Oh, it was videos of this guy that went into hotels or not hotels, motels, I'm sorry, and was taking apart like the lights and like the smoke detectors and all that stuff, and there was cameras in them, and a lot of these like Super 8s and all this stuff, and that's where a lot of these like supposedly a lot of these like dark web websites where you can see like girls peeing and like weird stuff like people were selling online. That's where all this video footage is coming from. It's like these Super 8 motel, like hotel motel kind of things. You just $50 for the night. And that was, and then it said Black Tom explosion. I don't know why that even would segue, but Black Tom explosion was like the next up. And I was
They're like,
"What
this
the hell
guy's
is
into
this?"
shit. We can throw it.
I think they just threw it to me once.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking weird though. And that was the way the guy talked about it too. He was like, the only times I've ever seen it is on the wiki for it, and there are a couple books in like the Smithsonian about it, and like some of the fragments and shit in the Smithsonian. That's it. Other than that, it's like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. We fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
don't write that shit down.
Yeah.
Don't write that down. We don't need to write that down.
We don't need to tell kids about that.
No, don't tell them about that.
I mean, they did say it was a German sabotage.
Yeah, we
It
got
was-
to throw that in there.
Yeah.
It was German.
Oh,
They've already confirmed that. They said it was definitely German spies.
Yeah, that was confirmed.
No,
2 days
man, it
before.
was some fucking idiot out there fucking smoking a cigarette and
Yeah,
actually
drunk
fucking,
as fuck. Yeah.
Oh,
They
fuck, dude.
They did not go to Russia so they could avoid the $25 charge. They didn't go to Russia because they were like, let's hang out in New York tonight.
Yeah.
Get
This
bombed.
dude's smoking a cig. He's like, he's fucking
Yeah,
flicks
his
it, and
name
then next
was
thing you
like-
know, oh god, there's a fire. We should run.
They did say there was multiple fires.
He's-
His name
Exactly,
was probably
dude.
like Artemis Jade Money.
Yep.
The third.
100%, yeah.
He was about to get drafted. And he was like, fuck this shit. I'm blowing all this shit up, dude. I ain't going to Russia.
Yeah. It's fucking cold over there. You think it's cold here?
So now that we're chilling, can we get into that gray thing you got down there, Denton?
Yeah, I didn't talk.
I mean, we just got weird, so let's get even weirder.
I feel like it's weird that Denton's just not speaking as much.
I listen.
He listened
He's
to a lot.
taking it all in.
I think I
He didn't know
legitimately.
anything about the big Tom.
I know, but usually
Black
this
Tom.
usually
Blake's the
this
guest
bitch
of
is-
honor. Let him tell what it is, and I'll tell what it is, and I'll tell where I got
I'd
it.
say
Yeah.
that's a block from Puma Punku. It's an exact replica, right?
Yep.
To
It's-
scale.
It's kind of been nicknamed the H block,
Yeah.
for obvious reasons.
It has perfect angles cut, massive scale. It's really, really hard rock.
And there was more than one of them.
Oh, and there were a bunch of them. And
Yeah, so I went to listen to Giorgio Tsoukalos give a lecture, and this block is actually in one of the episodes of Ancient Aliens, and you guys have seen it where the guy locks them all together, and then he, like, shoots something down the track where he's plugged them all into each other.
and I've seen where they make like a hinge for a door.
Yeah. Yeah, so he had these autographed, and I bought one just because, well, I mean, it's kind of neat
It's
to
awesome.
look at, but some of these angles are dovetails. So if you had more than one of them, this dovetail would slide and click perfectly into here. And if you actually went to the site, Puma Punku, there's tons of these. There's not just one, there's several of them, and they would have all been basically the exact same shape. Like they were mass-produced.
What's the actual size of them?
They're
That
huge.
size. I mean, that's what,
They're huge. Like
yeah, that's what I thought.
Maybe
like,
two mini fridges
okay.
up against each other.
So
Probably
probably
as wide as that filing cabinet back there.
Alright.
so probably like 5 by 5.
Just
Like
give
if you were standing next to
rough,
it, your
rough.
waist would hit right about here.
Yeah.
So 5,
Yeah, that's
about
big.
5 by 5 rough, maybe
Yeah.
6 by 6.
and they're how old are they? They're like
Who knows?
what?
I mean, all of them are guessing, but way older than 5,000 years.
Yeah.
As old as possibly 10,000 years. Those they'll always argue on that.
Yeah.
How old
So-
they are.
Do they have a
Basic-
reasoning why they were separated?
No, they don't know. They don't know anything about them really, except
they
basically-
this. what
It
they've
almost
got.
looks like something exploded and blew them
Boom.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Basically,
Like if it was a launch pad for something, and a rocket
Split
blew
them
up,
apart.
blew them apart.
aren't they saying like we couldn't we couldn't
It would be very difficult for us
today-
to make those today.
Today
Like,
with our technology, we could not
it would-
precisely like that.
Yeah.
right?
And you might be able to convince me that some artist sit around all day long back then eating whatever mushrooms off the ground and would design one of them.
Yeah.
But to be able to make several of them all identical in shape, no way.
We can mass produce things nowadays because we have the technology for it. We can make one thing and we can make 20 of them if we really had to. But back then,
but not
we're
out
not-
of solid stone.
Well, that
though.
T in there, I mean, if you
Yeah.
see some of these pictures of some of these real blocks, that T that's in there, I mean, almost looks laser cut. You can't hardly see it, but there's a small T
oh yeah, I see it right there.
bottom
in the
cavity.
bottom part.
Didn't they
yeah.
say you had to like use diamond to cut that shit?
Yeah.
Like to that.
I forget what they are. They're not. It's either granite or diorite or something.
Yeah,
that they're
something
made
like
out of.
that.
And they weigh like how much? They're like
And we looked it up on break. Elevation was what 12,800 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way up
Scooter
there.
would be so pissed off because of the
His
lack
O2
of oxygen.
would be
Shit,
fucking
such shitty
nothing.
O2 there. But when you come back, dude, you would have so much energy.
Maybe that's why
Lots
they
of
made them.
energy.
Maybe when you combine them all, you get better O2 there.
And just, I mean, if they were
Well-
built by extraterrestrials, why would you pick such a? Maybe there was a reason for the high elevation.
Yeah, it's probably easier to launch from. Hell, back in those days, they might not have been as sophisticated.
It's true.
They might have had to have a higher launch pad to be able to get into the atmosphere. You know what I mean? Maybe that's why they were picking these high spots. Maybe that's why like Mount Everest is like a really weird spot for everything too. Maybe
Like the Nazca lines.
Yeah, those are
yeah.
out of control. It is
Those are out of control.
well, I mean, it's just like a mountain that is like flattened off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've cut the top of it
It's a
off.
fucking
Yeah.
runway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it
Where'd all the
literally
rock
looks
go?
like there's no pile anywhere. There's no like spot where it's like, oh, they just filled this hole in or anything. And how is it perfectly flat? Like, it's a massive
erosion doesn't do shit like that.
No, that's what I mean. And it's like a massive area, you know.
And then all the lines that they've drug into the sand to make those great big pictures.
Yeah, there's only one place you can see those pictures from.
And it's from like a...
It's the sky.
Yeah.
You can't see them from the ground.
They're finding those today still.
You don't. Yeah, you don't. You
still
wouldn't
finding
make those if you couldn't go up.
Or
You know what I
if
mean?
you were trying to
Signal
someone.
something.
Like maybe it's another example of John Frum Day.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
saw
these guys come down here
Yeah,
and
they're-
cut the top of our mountain off.
Yeah.
We want them to come back.
Tell them to come back.
Yeah.
Let's draw pictures of them.
I saw a picture the other day that was really funny. It was you know, the Easter Island heads,
Yeah.
and then you have Stonehenge.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny, but at the same time, it's kind of fucky. So Easter Island and the Stonehenge is, if you were to draw a line from the head to them, it's a perfect straight line through the earth.
There's so many places like that. Though.
Well, so people were making like a picture of like, that's the toes of like the head.
Of the head.
And it's like just a big statue that's buried through the middle of the earth. You know, it's because it's 10. I mean, the Stonehenge is 10 blocks, so it'd be 5 and 5.
Aren't there like 100 of those things?
Like
at
the big
Easter
tall,
Island?
so it's the big tall ones that stick out.
Oh,
No,
okay.
Easter Island. Yeah, the heads. There's 100 of those. But
Okay, but there's 10.
like 10 Stonehenge like
Okay.
in a perfect like kind of movement. So they were just saying like some alien dropped their toy, like, and then the earth
Slam.
grew around it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like Easter Island's fucked up though. Honestly,
Yeah.
those heads are really weird. You know
They
said,
are weird, but I think those are like totally possible by people.
Yeah, they also said that they think that they're buried like 75 feet down in though.
Yeah, some of them are.
Yeah.
Are like they go deep.
Yeah.
But I think that people can do that.
Oh yeah, if you
I
give
mean
them
that's
enough
not
time.
like this is the shit that freaks me out. Like the precision
Yeah.
and the
That-
massive how massive
Well, it's
they
just
are.
like that little fucking
That
thing.
and that too.
Yeah, and this one right here.
Oh yeah,
The pyramid.
the pyramid for sure.
That's scary. Why are we making? Like,
so that
what's
yeah,
the purpose?
what they say in the time period that those pyramids were built, they say that each stone that was placed, because they know exactly how many stones are in it. They're like, each stone was cut and placed into place every 9 seconds.
Yeah, for it to be done in the time period that they
Yeah.
that they claim that they were completed in.
So,
Yeah.
you know how many manpower that takes to do that?
This I can finally get into what I want to get into about Bob Lazar.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what's crazy.
The only way that they could do that would be if they could somehow
bend gravity.
control gravity.
yeah. There's
That's
no,
it.
I mean,
They weigh too much. You know what I mean?
Well, and you can't.
You can't have
Yeah,
dudes.
or if you have something flying around, just
just dropping them in.
Like
Where
Legos.
weight,
Controlling
which
gravity.
weight doesn't matter.
Yeah, like
You
Legos.
control.
Just
They're just plopping them around wherever they want.
and pyramids, just like that, are all over.
and they're all.
They're not just
Oh yeah,
there;
yeah.
they're all over. They're hidden too. Like you can't kind of see them. But
Well, they're
like,
just
they're
a
there.
lot of them are just old.
Yeah,
And they just
and most of them are like
they all kind of connect.
damn near exactly with like constellations, correct? Like
Orion.
right on
Orion's belt. Yeah,
the,
There's
like damn near by the decimal, right?
yeah.
Like
It's like exact. I think.
yeah,
yeah, and there's ones. So the ones in Egypt, and there's some in like
Cairo.
Mexico
Yeah.
and whatever, and they are the exact height.
and they're the
same
exact,
exact height.
and they're the exact material.
Yep.
Like they're the exact type of stone as well. And they say that the ones in I can't remember the ones in Mexico, but that stone is only like sand based. And for the area for like Mexico, there's not like
It couldn't come from there.
yeah.
But why did they build them?
Well, that's the question.
It's such a
I mean,
crazy thing, man. Because it's not like a little like carve my face into that
Yeah.
wall
Yeah,
over there.
This takes mathematics,
that we didn't even have a
massive
clue about.
planning,
a ton of planning.
massive planning, and control.
Economics.
Like, how do you get
I mean,
people
you
to
would
do that if people did do
That's what I'm
that?
saying. They can't.
Well,
They can't
so
physically do it now. Most of these things they can't. They're
Is it-
like, we can't do this now with
Teotihuacan,
the.
where the Pyramid of the Sun and the Moon's Teotihuacan, right? Just
Yeah.
kind of outside of Mexico City. Chichen Itza is what freaks me out. It's lined up perfectly with the summer. No, the equinoxes.
Yeah,
And on the equinoxes, you can see Kukulkan, their god, working his way down the steps. It looks like a big dragon
Oh yeah,
coming down the
Wow.
steps. The shadows do.
Well, and the one in Mexico too. I can't remember which one it is. Joe Wilson actually just went. He was telling me about it. They do like the tour. I think you did it too.
I think
If you
he went.
snap-
I think it's Kukulkan. I think that's where they went. Was Chichen Itza.
If you make a certain snapping noise, it will. The way that the pyramid's built, the sound bounces off of the pyramid, and they would use it as a bird call. And it sounded exactly like a certain bird. Just from like snapping your fingers, it would echo up these steps or up the pyramid itself and ricochet back. And it was like a whack, whack. And it was like some local bird that's from that area. And that was like a bird call so that they could like either collect the birds or eat them or whatever.
yeah. It's just hard to believe that like they figured that out.
They couldn't.
Yeah,
You know what I
that's
mean?
what I'm
Like,
saying.
we
These are the
fucking don't
people,
know.
dude. Like, and the people that we're talking about are these people like sacrificed humans. And,
They also-
and cut the hearts out of babies and shit like that. So it's like
They cut the fucking heads off of people and played a ball game.
a game. Yeah.
They throw their heads through the fucking holes in the.
and if you won the game, your reward was you got sacrificed.
yeah,
I'd be playing
Like-
like shit.
That's what I mean. That's why the game.
That's what I'm
Sometimes the games will go on for days. It's like, yeah, the dudes are trying to lose, man.
yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you sent us four out there and we had to look up at the stars and we had to build some fucking bullshit to line up with the stars directly, we couldn't do it.
No, I'd have to
How-
try.
how
and-
are these
I'd have
dudes
to try and
doing
DM
this?
Elon or something.
You know what I
Like,
mean?
he's the only guy.
Hey, dude, we've got to build these pyramids. You know,
Yeah.
you got any tips?
It would take an extreme understanding of math.
We couldn't
Well,
even get
and
enough fucking manpower.
But
to
could
do
you
it.
imagine though? I mean, think about it. Even just today, say you were like Boss Hog and was like, okay, I've got to do it here. This is the mathematics. Say you even figured out the fucking mathematics of lining that up perfectly. I know how many blocks have to go all the way around, and we keep going up in a perfect, pyramid. The amount of people that you would have to control to be like, hey, we've got to do it this way. This is exactly how it's got to be, and we've got to do it in this time frame. People are fuckheads now.
Yeah.
I mean, could you physically imagine that people back then that were being forced to do it for, nothing, for literally nothing. They were literally slaves,
Not to
supposedly.
count the weird shit that's going inside. What's going inside the pyramid too?
Yeah, all
Like,
the
you know what I mean?
chambers and all
Yeah.
that. How do you build chambers
Perfect
inside of
chambers.
And the problem with the chambers is, I think the chambers is what scares me more, is because the math of being able to lay it flat and building it up makes more sense than being able to build it from the bottom up, and you're also building chambers on the inside.
Yeah, try that in Minecraft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without building it and then digging them out afterwards.
Yeah.
Those were physically made while they were being built.
Yeah.
How long would, honestly, that would be you said Minecraft. Wonder how long it would take someone to build an exact replica.
I
Replica
bet
that in
somebody's already
Minecraft.
done it.
Oh,
Well, I'm sure they have, but
100,000
how long
times.
do you think it took them
A long
to
time.
do the
Yeah.
exact,
And they were doing it a block.
Yeah.
It could go quickly. Yeah.
a lot quicker than
Than
doing
these
the real
guys did.
thing? That's what I'm saying.
Scary shit, dude. I love it though.
Yeah.
You guys
And-
freaking me
And people think our ancestors were just dumb. And they weren't
They weren't.
at all.
I mean, they were essentially us. They just
Either
had-
they're
I've been reading this book. I'm sure you know who Neil deGrasse Tyson is.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
yeah.
Love
Have you
it.
read Accessory to War?
no.
Not
I haven't
yet.
read that one.
Man, what a Fantastic book.
The last one I read was
Like
black
something.
holes and other cosmic quandaries or something like that. That's a pretty good
what
one.
was the other one he made? It was like something for not for dummies.
Astrophysics for people in a hurry.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yep.
Yeah.
That was good. That was
It is.
cool.
Anyway,
really
and the only reason I'm going to tell this story is because this is the story he tells in public when he was promoting the book, so I'm not giving anything away. Christopher Columbus had an extreme understanding of the way the stars move.
Yeah.
And most seafarers had to. That's how they navigated back then. So when he got here to the New World, they knew a total solar eclipse was coming. And they tricked the natives. They were saying, we need all this supply to get us back home. Natives say, no, we only harvest enough that's going to keep us alive all winter.
Yeah.
He's like, if you don't give us the stuff by so-and-so day, your God is going to block out the light and remove the light from the sky in the middle of the day. Yeah, whatever. So then the day of, obviously,
here it comes.
here it comes. And they couldn't get the crap on the boat fast enough. Tricked him because he understood the movements. And they had no clue. That's how the book starts out, if that tells you how good of a book it is.
I need to check that
But it's
one out.
essentially about how astrophysicists have helped out the military for a long time.
Yeah.
It's a weird relationship between astrophysics and the military.
The atomic bomb. Right?
Freaky.
Kind of.
Ben, what do you got? What do you got there, man? Let's talk about it. On that paper you got there.
Oh,
The
God.
Drake equation.
Yeah.
Let's bring it out. Let's go.
Well, I mean, it's just a simple equation that Frank Drake came up with.
A simple equation.
Well, I mean, if we had, I mean, well, just think about it. I wonder if people can see this.
yeah, actually, really clear.
Yeah.
I don't know
Now-
about like the smaller fonts, but
Just the letters in the middle is the equation. So N equals, and you can see the R, F, N, F, 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 L.
yeah,
So each variable is something different. N would be the number of civilizations in our galaxy. I guess intelligent civilizations in our galaxy. So N equals the intelligent civilizations.
Isn't it like that
In
we
the
would be
galaxy.
capable of? That would be
Communicating
capable
with.
of communication. Yeah.
Yeah. So then the R is the average rate of star formation per year in our galaxy. So, according to most scientists, you're going to have a star to breed life.
Yeah.
I mean, a planet just floating out nowhere without any sun or whatever, at least we think, there could be no life. So we at least got to start with a star. And that, we're kind of narrowing down how often that happens. Scientists are. So that one's not that interesting. So you go to the next one, it'd be the fraction of stars with planets. Now that's a lot more interesting, especially here recently. Because when I was in school as a kid, we had no clue there were any other planets ever.
No.
All we knew about was Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto, if you
it's fucking
Count Pluto.
Uranus, dude.
Uranus. So
Uranus.
but
Fuck
now
Pluto, man.
we're finding exoplanets, they call them, everywhere, which I'm assuming you guys probably know how they find these planets, right?
Yeah. They
Enlighten.
measure the the amount of light disruption coming
Correct.
from stars. Like
Okay.
When they see them, because we can see stars. Hell, you can see them right now. But when you look closer at them, like they measure the amount of light coming from them, and then at a certain point,
Something might pass in front of
something passes in front of it, and it obviously sends less light.
They gotta
then
they
we
gotta
wait
study
for it
this
to
shit
happen
for a while
again.
too.
And then
That's
them.
what's
And
crazy.
now we can say, well, if that was a planet, it'll happen again. Well, if somebody was looking at Earth way far away, they'd be like, boom, the light dimmed, and 365 days later, the light dimmed to that same percentage. So now all we got to do is sit back and wait for another 365 days and see if we see that exact same thing happen again, and boom, we've got ourselves a
then
planet.
for sure, yeah.
And then the other way, which is kind of how they think Proxima B in the Proxima Centauri star system is there.
which is the closest star to our solar system, right?
Yep.
Okay.
4.26 light years away. So if you're traveling at the speed of light, it's only going to take
About
4.25
yeah.
years to get there. So some planets will kind of tug on their star a little bit, their gravity. So the star isn't just like stationary. It's in its own little bitty orbit around itself. It's like, you know how you spin a top and the top
Yeah,
and just sit there and spin a circle?
it's moving
So
a little
it's
bit.
doing the same thing because everything out here is pulling on it. And that's how they found those. But anyway, I guess we're still on subject. That's what the F is. So we're starting to narrow down the average amount of planets that are orbiting around stars. Science.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
hang on. So this equation came out.
I'm gonna guess in the 70s.
1975, somewhere around there.
How? That's so weird.
So-
That it
He
was
didn't
like
even know
that
there was a
long
planet
ago.
out there, but they all just assumed.
Yeah.
That's what drives me nuts about the flat earthers. They just think Earth is flat and everything else you see out there is not.
I don't get it. There's no. I mean, it's so dumb.
Oh,
It doesn't even compute. Like,
it's probably not even worth spending any more time talking about. It's that dumb.
I agree.
Yeah, it's retarded.
They're
It
crazy.
is.
So we're at least starting to figure out how many planets are out there. But then here's our next problem. So we move on to the next variable. The average number of planets that can potentially support life. Now, that's obviously life as we know it, and everybody's heard of the Goldilocks zone. So that number is trying to figure out how many's in that perfect spot where water is liquid.
Where liquid water can.
It's too close.
can
It's
stay.
going to burn up. It's too far away. But that could also mean that it doesn't have a magnetosphere. So if we didn't have a
Right.
magnetosphere, we would be fried by the sun's. We would just, everything would burn up like that.
immediately.
Yeah. So it not only has to be in the Goldilocks zone, it's got to have the perfect kind of atmosphere. It has to be spinning almost on a molten core to create a magnetosphere to bounce everything off of, just all kinds of crazy stuff. So that would be the N. And we kind of, we're starting to pinpoint that too, a little bit.
Yeah.
How many average stars have planets in the Goldilocks
In
zone?
that spot.
And now we may not know about the magnetospheres yet. I don't know about that. The next variable will be the fraction that can go on to support life. So as we know it, does it end up with liquid water? Is it not getting bombarded by comets, or is it in a tidal lock with their star where one side's facing its star the whole time?
Yeah, it has to have rotation.
Yeah.
Also.
Moving on, you get the fraction that can go on to support intelligent life. So let's say we do have a planet that breeds life. We still have to last long enough to start
Right, like
recording
like,
a podcast in an old New Wave building.
Yeah, like I mean, like dinosaurs. Like how long has life been on Earth?
They were here longer than we were.
Yeah, that's what I
Dinosaurs,
mean.
and
How long
they
is
never
life-
did nothing but walk around and shit themselves.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like how long does it have to be? Like in that first, I guess, like that first wave of life before the great extinctions that we know of.
Mhm.
Like
Well, how many
Why
species
didn't-
has lived on this planet? There has to be millions.
millions. Yeah.
And we only have so far have had one that we know of
Yeah.
that can send signals into space.
Yeah, it's that's where it gets real fucking weird. Honestly.
But I also think that once a planet has a being as smart as we are, there will never be nothing will ever continue evolving to get where we are because we won't let it happen. If monkeys ever start getting to where they start robbing stores,
Well,
and
fuck, they're already-
stealing cars,
They're goddamn to
we
the
ain't gonna let it
we
allow that to
kill
go much
them all.
further. Yeah,
No.
That's
I mean, that's why they made Planet of the Apes movies. I think
yeah.
that's to prepare
well,
you.
You know,
I mean, orangutans
there's a
already-
theory that Homo sapiens killed off Neanderthals.
yeah,
Because
and they were bigger more brute than we
They
were.
were
So
they were bigger, faster, stronger.
So
Homo
they were
sapiens
David.
had the brain.
But we were smarter.
They were David and Goliath.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Probably that's how you probably embark on those great stories.
Yeah. That's probably where you get that.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy if we're damn near there? Because I think did we just watch 2 to 5 years ago that they said that primates are in the Stone Age? They're in their fire state.
Yeah, something like that.
We won't allow them to get much further.
I mean,
No,
there's
you never know.
orangutans already fishing with spears.
I think we're gonna eventually just kill ourselves off.
Well, that would bring me.
We're
That
on
would
the
bring me
well.
to the last one.
We're
L.
well on our way to killing ourselves off right now. Like,
So what's the L?
Well, the next to last one would be the fraction of those civilizations that we've got it narrowed down to now. The fraction of those civilizations that develop a technology detectable from space. And then L would be the length of time that civilization releases detectable signals into space.
And then stays alive.
And that could mean either we quit broadcasting the signal or we blow ourselves up.
Yeah. Which, what do
Or
you know?
use up everything on our planet and move to another one.
Yeah. Space Force. Space. We're pretty close to doing like 3 of those things, I think. We've definitely shot signals out into the air. We've definitely almost blew ourselves up.
We're definitely capable of
what's the
blowing ourselves. all
What's
the
the
hell.
odds that the people that built this shit, right, built the pyramids, they're so smart that they eventually just killed themselves off like us, like we're on our way to just being a bunch of dumbasses. And it just fucking just it's just a cycle. Like we're on our way to just right now.
We're
just
right on the
our way to
verge
just-
of it, and
just-
then
we're just
and
gonna
then the
right
dumb
back to
people,
like
the dumb people outfuck the smart people.
Yeah.
Idiocracy.
imagine. So you know,
Well, if you believe
what
in
if-
Atlantis, it's kind of already happened.
Yeah.
so I mean,
Yeah. Atlantis
know,
can
if
go
the-
back into the Antarctica.
if the world ends
situation, too.
today, you know, and we're the 4 last people, what are we gonna be able to fucking create? What are we gonna be able to do?
Definitely not
Nothing.
babies.
Well, exactly. We ain't gonna be able to do shit. We're not gonna be able to do nothing.
I could create a pretty good turd. That's about it.
We're just gonna eventually die
Unless-
off, and then
Only if Denton
Something
would
else
open up
will
that
maybe
kitchen
create.
right now. Yeah, we're legitimately fucked.
If we'd be,
So
if
it's
we're
just
the last
like we
4,
just
yeah,
got-
it's-
it's like maybe they just got so smart they just keeps going. Just
well,
all right,
the
we
dumb
know we're
always
done. But
outfuck the smart no matter what. And I think that's probably had a lot to do with
there's so many
civilizations.
there's just so many fucking just out there. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Shut the
Do
fuck
you
up.
think?
Shut up, man.
Do you think that we will prove life exists on another planet in our lifetime?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've only got
100%.
164
I was gonna
days.
say-
I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I mean,
I think we'll find out this year.
I think we will too.
Well, I think
How
we'll
much
find
longer
out
I got
this
to
year
live?
that there are things moving around that don't come from here, but they could be drones. I guess that would also.
That has to prove.
well, no, that would prove. I'm saying alien drones, but that still would prove they exist
Somebody's-
somewhere.
somebody's
I
pilot.
want to know
Somebody
what they.
had to
I
send
want to
it.
know their biology.
hey,
Yeah.
speaking of drones,
And another thing, like,
Go ahead.
my problem with that is that assumes that it is life like us. Like
Yeah,
we
right.
think
water-based.
water-based,
Carbon-based.
carbon-based. You have to breathe oxygen. You need this atmosphere. Why are we so fucking arrogant to think that we are the
Narcissists.
only way?
We're
You know what I mean?
narcissists.
There could be plenty of places where you breathe fucking salmonella.
You don't
Yeah,
know.
like,
You don't know.
honestly,
We don't
yeah.
know. We don't know. It's
Exactly.
ridiculous to say that. We've literally we've
You just
observed
adapt.
closely
adapt to what
nine planets. Okay,
Barely. We call them 8 now.
8 planets and
Jade
one
would be
rock
fucking
that's
pissed right now.
out there orbiting the sun.
Yeah.
Anyway, what how many have we been to?
None of them.
besides Earth. We've been to Mars.
And the
We've
moon.
landed
No
something.
one's been.
No,
there.
we've
Nobody's
landed something
physically-
on
Just
Mercury
fucking robots.
and Venus, I think.
What?
Yeah, we've landed something there.
Oh, like
Something,
camera-wise.
Not
like
people.
a no, not people.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
we've only been seen. You know what I
That's
mean?
what
They
they-
sent
Yeah.
pictures back.
That's what they say.
Can you land on Mercury? Or
Who
is it
knows,
solid?
dude?
Yeah, Mercury's solid. Venus has a very thick, like
Which one's the
pure ammonia atmosphere. Or
What
something
you're
like
saying
that.
is though is like
Mars
you
has no
adapt.
atmosphere.
you.
Well,
There's
a
somebody in a
moon
different
of-
environment adapts.
There's a
You
moon of
adapt to what
Jupiter
you're-
and a moon of Saturn that astronauts think has an underground ocean.
Yeah.
So
Who's to say we don't have one of those
Well,
here?
Well, that's where they
Dude,
think
we-
life started here was in the oceans.
Yeah.
Like
We don't
at the
even know
bottom
what-
of the ocean.
We don't even know what's going on. We don't even know
next
what's
to
going
next
in
to
the
where
ocean.
hot gas and come up from the core, it creates
Right.
heat down there, and then somehow in that mixture of shit, stuff started. You know what I mean?
Well, and I'll
What
be
do we
honest.
know of the ocean?
Yeah,
What's a percentage?
that's a different
right?
show.
What's
I
a-
think
the ocean.
the ocean scares me more than space.
There's like only a certain percentage that they even
It's like
know.
5% right now. I
Yeah.
think. I
Yeah.
think they've reached 7.
They don't know shit about what's in the ocean.
Every time they go 1,000 feet deeper, they find like 2,400 species every time, or something crazy, some crazy fucking fact like that. You know what the fucking craziest thing? I don't think I'll ever get over this. The one human being that has been the deepest in our ocean is James fucking Cameron,
Yeah.
the director.
Titanic guy.
James Cameron.
James Cameron. But still, I mean, still to this day. I mean, he did that because of Avatar. He went down there, and that's how he, like, figured
Still
out
didn't
the...
go very deep.
No, I mean, he went to Marianas Trench. He went to the bottom of
Yeah, I'm
Marianas
pretty
Trench.
sure he went.
Marianas Trench, or however you say it. He went to the bottom of it, and that's how he created the characters and the, like, life that was on Avatar. But I think he went deeper now because he was doing Avatar 2, which was supposed to come out this year or next year maybe or something. I don't know, but they postponed all that bullshit now because of COVID. And, yeah, why the fuck is it... How do we not care as a human race to go somewhere that we live with? But one fucking human being spends his money and builds a big enough submarine or a good enough submarine to go to the bottom.
Unfortunately, it doesn't pay well enough.
Yep, that's what I say. There's no money in it.
Yeah. It's fucked up, though.
It's a shame.
Why the
I
hell
mean, it's a
haven't we
shame.
been there, though?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, there's so much that we could accomplish if we would.
You could make a gnarly fucking Netflix show out of it, though. Because, I mean, hell, that's all they do now. Our planets, and there's probably 40,000 Netflix shows of just nature shit. Oh, man, that's the only reason I have Netflix. All that 4K fucking looking at
Planet
macaws
Earth
and
stuff.
fucking, yeah, dude, I love it.
Yeah.
So awesome.
I've this whole time been racking my brain for that James Cameron song from South Park. No C2,
Yeah.
no C2 deep, new mountain too high, James Cameron.
No sea too deep, no mount too high, James Cameron.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. What is that? What episode is that from? I can't even remember now.
I don't know. He's like raising the bar,
And he's dancing. He's like dancing like a yeah.
Dude, those guys are they're the greatest.
Oh, they're
The South Park creator guys are the greatest of all time. They had to be.
Yeah,
They're
if
just always
you're there listening right now, we love you.
Yeah,
for sure.
they've always
Shout out to South Park.
Yeah.
they've always just been right on top of it, and then no one just because they started so early, they
Yeah.
were so bad. No one ever just canceled them, so then they just kept going.
I
And
saw
now
a
they're
meme.
huge,
Now you can't
and
cancel
Now
them.
you
No,
can't.
Because
Yeah,
they've made
because-
fun of everything.
They're
If these
30 seasons in, dude. You
if
can't
they
cancel
started
that.
today,
Oh, they
they
wouldn't
would-
even get
they
off.
would
They
make-
wouldn't even have 5 episodes.
No, they wouldn't even get on air.
I saw a meme.
It's just hilarious.
Have you seen Basketball?
Oh my god,
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that movie so much.
Oh my God.
Don't call
This
me
is
a
one
little
of my-
bitch. Right? Don't call me a little
That
bitch.
is fucking hilarious.
Dude, I saw a meme the other day though that was funny as shit. It was right after all the riot stuff, and it was Dallas Buyers Club when Matthew McConaughey has AIDS and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
He's like smoking that cigarette and crying in his car. It's like a picture of that, and it said the South Park creators watching the news today. It was like them like smoking a cigarette, like, oh fuck yeah,
dude,
like, here we go.
You know what's also great? The Simpsons. The way they
they've
they
Fuck, dude.
Like the longest running show. And
Yeah.
yes, it is, and they and
It's like 30.
It's an
who's the
absurd
what's his
number.
name? What's the
Matt Groening.
Yeah, he dude,
He's a fucking time traveler, dude.
I think so. I don't know.
He's called way too much shit.
He's
He
on
literally-
top of it all
He
the time.
physically called the fucking 2016 election with Trump. The picture of Trump, like after he was elected, he's going up an escalator, waving at people, and like people have signs like Trump fucking 2016 and all this shit.
Exact
And it's the
point.
exact
everything.
same fucking thing. They did it on Simpsons.
Yeah.
In
And
like
it's from like
2000 or something.
2004. Like
And-
identical.
And
to
then
the
when
picture.
when did the Cubs win?
2016. It's that picture right there. Actually.
Yeah, they
Can't see
predicted
that.
that too. Like
when you
10
do that many episodes, you're bound to
yeah,
predict
you
some
you
shit.
might hit some shit.
If you-
right.
if you can see that.
that's
True,
fair.
but
Yeah.
for him to identically do some of the things, I don't know. You know what I mean? Whatever. Who cares?
He's a fucking weirdo, man. I don't like him.
I don't give a shit.
Freaking Nostradamus.
Yeah, he scares the
Could
shit
be.
out of me. Dude, and it's not just that. He's called so many things. Like the what was the one you showed me, Andy? It was like him there was like a flu and like China coughed in like a box.
Oh yeah,
They
it was
shipped
before.
it.
Yeah, it was a China.
This was in like 2014. It was like a Chinese guy like coughs into a box in a warehouse and ships it to the United States, and the truck humps over, and and whatever this sickness is like spills out into fucking Springfield, which
with
is
murder
Yeah.
hornets.
and then there's another box that's I swear to God,
no,
there's another box that's in the truck that comes from China that
It
spills
says
over.
murder hornets.
It literally
on it.
says murder hornets on it. This is not even dubbed or faked or anything. Like bees spill out of this box and start stinging people and shit. And people are also getting sick from some fucking flu, and they're like coughing and snot's running out of their nose and all kinds of shit. That's a whole episode.
Freaking Homer.
Oh yeah, there
Yeah.
he is. Yeah. Hey, by the way, if you guys are listening, Ryan Stokey and Dakota Wheeler, you need to come pick up your gifts.
Yeah.
You pieces of shit. Oh my god, dude! I forgot to tell you this. You know how we talked about Dakota? You were like, if Dakota hears this, he's gonna run off the road. So Dakota sent me a Snapchat the other day, and it was him listening to us like reveal the winners. And when you said that, he was like yelling. He was like, "Fuck yeah!" And you were like, if Dakota hears this right now, he's probably gonna run off the road. And he like looks at the camera. And he's like, "What'd you say?" And then he's like, "Oh fuck!" he grabbed the wheel and like acted like he was. It was funny. I wish he would have saved it. I messaged him. I was like, "Did you save that?" And he's like, "No." God damn it! I would have put it on the show. That'd have been so funny.
Yeah, would have.
He's a
He
squirrel.
cracks me up.
Yeah, he's a squirrel, dude.
Do you know what the tattoo he's got on his ass says?
100% pure beef, baby. He has a tattoo on his ass that says 100% pure beef. It's beautiful. He's a fucking idiot.
Oh, he's talented.
That's wild.
Yeah, them North City boys. I thought there was something in the water here, but there's something different in the water there.
A little bit extra on downriver, I guess.
Yeah, they must be drinking our pee or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but
I think it's about time to take a break. We haven't
Yeah,
taken a break
I
on
gotta
this one
pee.
yet.
When we
Good.
come back, we're going to ask Blake if he, or maybe we've already asked him, if you believe Bob Lazar.
Oh yeah, I believe Bob. We'll talk about Bob Lazar.
We're gonna come back with Bob Lazar.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna talk about Bob Lazar.
Bob Lazar. What a
Bob Lazar. Well, we took a little break. We took a poop. Now we back. Sky's View.
I missed the cue.
Now that one was pre-recorded. I didn't do that one, but all right. Let's get into it. Let's get weird.
I don't know.
This is a request from the big and beautiful special guest we have tonight, and he wants to get into this nonsense.
I want to talk about Bob Lazar, guys.
do
I
it.
do.
Let's do it. I love it.
I mean,
How do you even start this?
Yeah, like where do you start? I mean, the dude.
I would say most people already know the story.
They should. They should.
You'd
I
be
mean, if I
surprised.
feel like if they made it this far, they probably know
Yeah.
who Bob Lazar
Yeah, if you're
is.
still listening. You
what
probably
he did. I mean, comes out, says he worked for a government agency that he was basically contracted to break down alien technology that they couldn't understand.
Reverse
And
engineer.
Reverse engineer. He was a propulsions expert, and they were out of options. They couldn't. According to him, they were at a at the end of what they knew, and they needed to bring somebody else in, so they brought him in, and he basically describes alien craft with a device that can manipulate gravity. And I mean, if that's real, then that would change literally everything that we know about everything.
Well, for one, it would completely change the way we travel around this
We
planet.
would
Or
the I mean, part of the reason why I feel like it's covered up is because we would not need gasoline anymore.
Oh, right. Yeah, correct.
You wouldn't need gasoline.
We
You would need oil. You would
We
need oil.
Oil.
We would still need petroleum.
Oil?
Makes more than gas. I
Bitch,
mean,
you cooking? We're talking about oil.
you would still need we would still need petroleum, but our use of it would be
Nothing.
a
Barely.
fraction of what it
Yeah.
is now, and that's part of it, I think.
I think this is the reason why.
But it's something that it would literally change everything for everybody.
Well, and
I don't understand why we aren't using it. Maybe we still don't know how, really. I don't know. I believe the dude, so,
I did too. It took me a little bit to believe him, but after all the things that came out afterwards,
yeah. I mean,
Like,
he talked about things that nobody knew about, that nobody knew were things that weren't invented, things that hadn't been discovered, and then everybody, calls bullshit, and then 10, 15 years later, it comes out like, yeah, we always had this.
yeah. So it's like so when he
Like
talks
the
about
hand scanner.
exactly, they talk about he talked about in his statements that when he would enter the building of where he worked it wasn't Area 51 though. It was
It was like
Kind.
it was like
They called it
was
something else.
like S7 or something like that.
and it was not even close to the side of Area 51 though, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Was it?
Not. It wasn't like
Where they
15
say.
miles
outside.
away.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
it was in. The government owns like 800,000 acres around there, or
wasn't
something like
something
that,
11?
dude. Huh?
Something 11.
Maybe.
I don't know.
S11 or S7.
Oh,
or
you
you
something
guys
like
talking about
that.
S4.
S4.
See.
There you go.
Little we know.
So that's
Yeah.
what he would he would say when he
7 plus
first,
what equals 11.4. That's why I thought S4.
21.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think it was S4.
you're right. It is. I think.
So that's what he was
Either
talking
way.
about. How he got into the building was they had these hand scanners that would pretty much thumbprints and fingerprints.
Yeah.
And this was back in the early 80s, right?
Right.
And that was one of the things that he talked about when he first revealed all this stuff, and people were like, "You're a crazy person. That's not
possible.
real."
Not even technology.
Yeah.
No. And then, obviously we know that you can scan fingerprints now, and that's no problem. And they found a physical picture of the exact podium that he was using, right? Didn't they find that
Wait.
podium that was like an S7 or some shit? I don't know. What was it? Remember they showed the picture, and it was in that
Nope.
documentary.
Of the hand scanner?
Yeah.
Yeah. They found it was basically like declassified information that showed the design of the hand scanner that he described to
Detail,
the T.
yeah.
Like everything.
And
Well-
that's the smallest thing that he said. I
Yeah.
think.
He also took
Yeah.
a group of people out there with a video camera
And showed him.
recorded this thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Farting around in the sky.
Yeah. And showed
Maybe
his,
not the one he worked on, but
He
Got in
took his
trouble, too.
buddies. Yeah. He took his buddies out there.
And he
they
told
were
him
like, no.
the day, it was we always did it on a Wednesday at 7 or something crazy like that, right?
Yeah. And they went
what do
out
you
there
know?
and videoed them running these test flights on this shit of this anti-gravity stuff. which is crazy to think about.
Well, and the dude had his own.
Well, because you have to think, like, what limits like us as far as like speed and travel and things like that are G forces of like taking off, slowing down, like getting hit, stuff like that.
Like if you took off too fast, your eyeballs would fly out the back of your
Yeah,
skull.
absolutely. It would happen, or you would smash into nothing, stuff like that. If you stop too quick, they'd go flying out the front of your head.
Well, you turn
maybe
to
with your
liquid. If you were going
brains.
really fast, you'd turn to liquid.
Yeah. So, and that's because of G forces, gravity forces. You know what I mean? If you can control that,
fast as you want,
then there's no limitations on speed.
Technically,
at all.
if you can control gravity, then the way we are sitting right now would feel the exact same. Like,
yeah, we could be traveling 5 times the speed of light, and it would feel like this.
Yeah.
And then we could stop immediately, and
be-
since we could control gravity, we would feel like this.
So you're saying that this podcast could technically be somewhere else right now?
We could be. Motherfuckers don't even know.
Well, we are fucking
But
speeding. We're just spinning fast.
Dude,
Well,
ridiculously
if
fast.
you could
the
travel
Earth.
faster than the speed of light, then technically you can watch things happen in the past.
yes,
Because all you'd have to do is, like right now, if we didn't have a roof, the light from us would just continue on. They would just have to beat it out there and then look back and see what happened.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
they
yeah,
could-
it's,
they
it's
say
and,
you
once,
can-
and once you get into that, like
That's
as far
interstellar
as,
stuff.
and I am not smart enough to comment on that really at all. But it's like at that point, our whole perception of space time changes,
Oh,
right?
So they always
Right.
say,
Oh yeah,
Because then we can beat all of that. Like you said, we could literally go up there and watch what already fucking happened.
yeah, that's what they say.
well, I mean, we're seeing light from distant stars that happened millions of years ago.
Right.
Just like your
So
dreams.
if we could-
They're already
if we
burned
could-
out.
Fly out further, we're gonna, if you could
Well-
fly faster than the speed of light, you could literally watch anything that happened on planet Earth at any time with a powerful enough telescope.
Yeah.
You get way out there, you zoom in, and this is what. Or just wait for the light to hit you and have a shitty telescope.
That's what they say. You can go. They've always said
You couldn't,
You could-
but you could see it, but you could not affect it.
Well,
Right?
they always
Correct.
say if
Yeah.
you can
The
travel at
past.
the speed of light, you could time travel. You can never go back. So they said if you could speed at the speed of light, you take off from here now, and you go around the universe, our universe. It would take like 25 years.
Where-
At the speed of light. And when you got back to Earth, 1,000 years would pass by. So technically, you time traveled
Yeah.
1,000 years.
So it's
But
pretty,
you only aged 25 years, but on Earth, 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same
But they were
reason.
like you couldn't time
Yeah.
travel back.
it's just like those
Well,
shitty
but you
Superman
could, but
movies.
that's at the speed of light. But we're talking
Yeah,
about
but
if you
yeah,
can
yeah,
beat
yeah,
the speed
yeah,
of
yeah.
light. You,
I know what you're saying, but
Yeah.
I'm just like putting it in like a
Right.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I
that
understand.
shit's crazy too. To think about.
Yeah.
So it's like those shitty Superman movies where Lois Lane died and he flew
reversed
backwards.
time. Yeah.
He just
Flew
flew
around
really
Earth real
fast
quick.
and made the
Yeah,
Earth spin.
Superman is like my least favorite superhero of all time.
They always come back to life somehow. I don't understand.
Anyway.
Dude, Superman's not even fair.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I've got that too.
Den's drawing a dot.
I actually.
Yeah. Well,
He's
drives
he's
me
about to
nuts that
Let me
most
see this
scientists,
dot. Hold on.
and
He's-
they're probably
he's
right.
got a dot.
But
Here we go.
most of them say that it's impossible to travel faster than the speed of light.
Are you drawing
So-
something that I need to?
But
Dude,
all,
he has-
all
he
of,
has
all
one
of
dot
the,
there.
they all
Is
go
that
by,
us?
by the math
Here's
that we
all I
have
was gonna
now.
say.
All of our math now is based on the gravity, our gravity. You know what I mean? But if we could control it, it changes it all.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys saw me draw a friggin' dot. Now I got to come up with something.
Oh, I thought you were already
No,
doing
here-
something.
So yeah, it's
drew
the
it
same.
out.
Fucking
Put me on
Andy.
the
No,
spot,
I'm just
dude.
playing off what
I
Andy
wa-
was saying.
I want you, yeah.
There's a reason that satellites, their clocks are set different. So the faster you move, the more time or the less time that goes by. So if you took a stopwatch right now, put it up and it took 2 stopwatches, hit click, left one on Earth, took one out to outer space and out into a satellite, let it travel for a while, come back a year later, they're going to be off.
Just a quick, they said right now, Earth is spinning faster than it ever has in like 50 years. We're spinning faster now, so they want to readjust the clocks, like take a few seconds off because we're off time. They say Earth is spinning
even crazier
faster
about that?
right now than it has in 50-something years.
Did you watch
We're still showing my dot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's worth it. It's worth it though. The ball dropped a minute late this year. Did you see that?
On purpose?
Dude, I was asleep like shit. I was asleep at like 8:30.
Me and
I didn't
Denton were
see
taking Brandon Pollard home, so I but
I didn't
so
see the ball drop, I promise.
the ball I didn't see it physically either, but I saw the videos afterwards, and the ball dropped a minute late because it was running off of like the clock that the ball always stays on. Like the ball in New York City has its own clock, and it's always running.
So we're like losing
We're
a minute.
We're a minute late.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what I was saying.
physically, we're a minute
They're
late.
saying right now the Earth is spinning faster than it has ever in the last 50 years.
Okay, so
they're trying to get rid of.
We're spinning our axis faster. Are we also like revolving around the sun faster?
I don't know
So
about
are
that.
we
I
like
don't know.
about to gain another fucking day?
That'd
be cool.
I mean, possibly. I think.
I
But
mean, I'm
they're,
saying
they're,
would.
they're trying to.
We'll
that's what
have just have leap
I
year
just-
every 2 years instead of every
that's
4.
what they were
Yeah.
saying. They needed to they wanted to rotate something in because we were losing. We're off.
Is that gonna do something?
But anyway, I don't know.
Yeah, all I was saying was the faster. So
Spin it the other way. Spin
Light.
that paper the other way. There you go.
I'm gonna probably butcher this, but let's just say light is traveling through space time, and
Space is on top and time's on the bottom. By the
So,
way,
like-
If you can't see that.
so like satellites. I mean, and this is true. I mean, it's is it Einstein's theory of relativity?
Yes.
So the faster you move, the slower time goes. So as you start moving through space faster, the number, you're on the timeline, you're way back here. So if you can figure out a way to go this fast through space, time's not even moving for you. That's why they don't think you can go faster than the speed of light, because time wouldn't exist, essentially.
Yeah.
The slower you go through time.
But that's if you cannot manipulate gravity.
Correct.
Because the whole basis of the theory of relativity is like a
You
gravity, like the mass of something and how much gravity it has. Like that's what that equation is
We
based
can
on.
get into
Like when you have a certain amount of mass, there's a certain amount of gravity comes with that.
That's why black holes suck light into them.
Yeah.
we can
They have
also
so much
get
gravity.
you can also get into the thing where we're in a third dimension where they say there's 11 dimensions.
We changed into the 5th.
We're now in the fifth
December.
dimension.
We're in the
Yeah,
fifth.
December 21st.
Okay,
Whenever
well, I
everything
don't-
aligned.
whatever, but,
Supposedly
you know-
we're in the 5th now.
We're all fucking seeing shit.
What the
like
fuck
in
does
the
that mean,
Third
though? What do you
dimension,
mean?
but there's like 11 dimensions.
So
But you can't. None of us can come. I've watched the videos and I still can't comprehend it because it's like
So the
I
idea
can kind
of
of too, but it's like, what the hell are you talking about?
so the
You know what I mean?
idea
'Cause we don't
of
know.
3 to
I know.
so 11 dimensions, like they say, which is what we can kind of coherently understand. The jump from 3 to 5 is the same as the Fibonacci sequence. Do you know the Fibonacci sequence?
Yeah, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8.
So
whatever,
that's the idea of 1 and 1 was way back with like Neanderthals and like when we were like fucking
Yeah.
fish and whatever. And then you get to like 3, which is like coherent like existence, knowing that like I'm a physical human being, I'm right here, I have a personality, I know that other people have their own brain waves.
Okay.
This is how life moves. I grow, I age, and I die. 5, like fifth dimension, is supposed where you realize that you can become eternal in a sense, that your physical isn't your only existence. And supposedly we hit it's not supposedly, it's the truth. We're in the age of Aquarius now on December 21st of 2020. So we were in Pisces before, and that was like the age of Aquarius that's like the
8th, or this is we're in the 3rd.
We physically hit the 5th now, technically, is what they're saying. But that's also a 2,500 year rotation.
But we can't. We're
So
only
now
seeing third dimension still.
Well, and
you know
it's
what I
a
mean?
it's a process, is what they say. It's just the same as like now. It took 2,500 years in a sense. It's obviously not like that exact, but from us being our mentality and our brain.
So we're what they're saying is we're getting close to understanding that our consciousness is not locked to this meat sack.
Exactly.
Okay.
What's the movie with?
And we've just started that.
I feel like we're nowhere near close to that. If you
we just started.
What's the movie
But
with?
people
don't even know.
But people are also starting to realize that the news is bullshit, and people are starting to also realize that your fucking opinion doesn't fucking matter, and you're just a goddamn
speck.
And what do you know? Now we're talking about we have 180 days to release fucking like extraterrestrial files. Like there's a lot of things that kind of apply to it also coming into that. I don't believe in like astronomy or astrology and all that shit.
Well, right, but that's one of those things where it's like it had to come from something.
Well, and
like
that's
somebody didn't
so
just make everything.
You don't just come up with these things for nothing. So
right.
When it came to like the age of Pisces and the age of Taurus, so like it explains everything. Like the age of Taurus was like back in supposed biblical times when there was a lot of like chaos and there was a lot of like things like that. And then when the age of Pisces started was whenever like the all the Greek there was a lot of the Greek gods, and there was a lot of the explanation of how we became ourselves and who we are in a sense and what we rely on. And that was when we really started like worrying about like golds and silvers and things like that. And then we started realizing that things that are physically here are worth something.
Yeah.
And then once you get into like the age of Aquarius, that's where you start realizing that those things aren't physically, they don't mean anything, and that you're able to like kind of outsort. It's fucked up, man. It's a whole big fucking thing. I did a whole like kind of research on it. It was fucked up. It's scary.
What's the movie with Matthew
deep.
McConaughey?
Interstellar.
Yeah. They kind of go into that shit in his movie. Like like they go into. You ever seen?
Yeah, I've watched it. Yeah,
they go into
times.
Does the guy go into space? When Blake's seen it.
Well, yeah. When he wakes up from the spoiler alert, whatever they come from.
If you've made it this far and haven't seen Interstellar,
go fuck.
But
yourself.
like he's in a what kind of dimension is him then? He's
sixth,
like,
I think.
Yeah, he
that point.
has the whole.
Because he's in a. Because
he's watching him play baseball, hits a
there
ball,
shouldn't
and
be
it
a
goes.
sixth dimension if you're talking about that.
Well, so that's the point. He's in the sixth.
So he's in between. Is that the Tesseract that he's in?
Yeah, he's in between. That's why he's in
that Tesseract.
In the technical bookshelf.
Yeah.
Or in the bookshelf, and like he's able to be.
See, that's what's
I'm
crazy.
talking about
because
when
he talks
gets
about how he can't affect anything, but he can manipulate the gravity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's where they talk about that. The Fibonacci, when it comes to that, is the 1 1s, 3, 5, 8, 11, blah blah blah, up till fucking 20 bajillion or whatever. Like the Fibonacci sequence for people is if you were to look at a shell or anything that is, there's a lot of things in the world that spiral, and that's mathematically equivalent to the Fibonacci sequence.
Yeah.
So, in a sense, if you don't know what that is. Yeah.
It's just hard for, I mean,
That's
because
exactly
we all
what it
live
is.
in a where we
Hold that
are.
up
It's
to
just
that
hard.
one.
It's just
Show
hard
that
for
off.
us to.
That right there
'cause
is
our
the
conscience
Fibonacci.
can't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't even
Like we know we can talk about it, but we can't physically.
we
First,
we
like,
have
you know
no
what I
we
mean?
have no sense that like perceives it is what it is.
Well, and I think a lot of it
It's
is that
crazy.
nobody wants to.
Part of it.
Well, if you get to that point, like honestly, let's
That's
think
you
about
could you can go deep in there and start talking about third eye.
Oh yeah.
At that point.
Well, and if you do get to that point, especially in this day and age, like not just like this year, but like in general, if you got to that point and then you start talking about it, you get locked the fuck up. You do.
I think you're nuts.
You get fucking drugged up.
Go to
You
the
get
loony
locked
bin.
up. You're a fucking schizo. You don't have a clue what you're talking about. There's a lot of fucking people that have talked about it 100 fucking times, and
So
you never hear about them again.
so maybe we should talk to some loony bins. Some of them,
Well,
but some of them,
You probably get
Are
on the
just
show for
fucking-
pretty cheap.
some of them are, some of them are just,
hey, I got these cheeseburgers, man.
some of them just been, you know, they've been at the Crackhead Olympics too long. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they've been lifting them 140-pound
I got
barbells.
a whole segment about the Crackhead Olympics. You want to go into that,
Crackhead Olympics.
dude? Yeah, I would.
Let me cut to your camera real quick.
But
sweet boy.
I'll tell you what. So we got all. We got.
Yeah, you're on one
All
right
right,
now. Let me just leave you
no,
here.
no, yeah. All right, this is great. I love it. We got all these Olympics, right? I mean, they're great. They're great. We got the Special Olympics. We got the original Olympics. We got the Paralympic.
The original Olympics.
Just
I love
the
that there's-
original mother.
I love that there's
The
like
OG.
a like a special
OG
K,
motherfuckers. You know
like
what I'm
a
saying?
special K Olympics.
They can all beat us in everything we want to go with them, right? Doesn't matter. But I'm saying we get this Crackhead Olympics going.
Oh, I see you're
what are the
doing.
requirements? That's
People have to be
my
on
own
Okay,
crack.
okay,
Yeah.
all right.
That's
So
it.
okay,
How
dude.
much crack?
No, but
Like-
listen.
You know what I mean? Like, do I
I
just have
s-
to like test positive for crack?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
but no.
You gotta smoke
You gotta be
before you
clearly on some crack.
You
gotta
gotta
smoke
be.
before
You
you
gotta
go.
be.
No less
You
than
gotta
3
be
sores
big.
on your face.
You gotta be a big dope head.
Okay.
So here's the thing.
I love this already.
So I seen a video one time, man, and there was this crackhead, and he rolls up. He's just biking in on his little bicycle, man, and there's a fridge, not a fucking mini fridge, a large ass fridge,
I've seen this.
old style fucking fridge. He fucking picks the son bitch up, throws it on his shoulder, gets on the bike, and bikes off. I'm like, dude, who the fuck does that shit, right? So what we do, we get all these we get all these crackheads.
Okay. How many refrigerators and bicycles do we have to buy for the
Oh man,
this?
we don't have to
But
buy
it
any of them.
depends
The
on what
best
kind
thing
of
is,
event we
Or
got.
they don't stole them all.
yeah, we'll just steal them.
The
We don't
problem
have to
is,
buy anything.
so it doesn't matter.
The cheapest Olympics ever.
It depends on what kind of.
Oh, yeah.
It depends on what kind of shit we want to send them through, right?
Oh, we get to make
We
it-
let these motherfuckers sign up, right? There is a good note, right? We're gonna help these motherfuckers, right? We're gonna
help
try.
them get
We're gonna try to help these motherfuckers.
Yeah, I mean, the best way to get a
All right.
crackhead to do anything is cash.
or crack.
or crack.
Or crack. Which
Let's just
I'm
cut
not,
out the
I'm not-
fucking
hey,
middleman.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, no, fuck that. I'm not gonna go buy any crack. Okay.
No,
But
we'll
I
just
will
get
I will
crack.
give
We don't have to
you cash.
buy it. If we tell them we have a fucking crackhead Olympics, I feel like somebody that's a crack dealer will sponsor a crackhead Olympics.
we can.
Sponsored to you by Tayron.
By Reggie G, you know, down on Fifth Street. Don't you be fucking around.
All you
with
gotta do
nobody
is
else.
take the 9 bus to 17th Street. You get
We get Snoop Dogg to fucking announce this shit.
oh, all
But
right.
anyway, listen.
Could you imagine watching a crackhead do that curling game where they
Oh
brush
my
the
god,
eyes?
dude.
I think that
It'd be the first time ice ever caught on fire.
yeah, no shit though. Dude,
That's what I'm saying.
And it
These
would be
dudes
like
are-
5
all
times
right,
the length.
That's
of the
what I'm
real
saying,
runway.
dude. These guys these guys are nuts. They'll do anything.
So what would
Right?
be? So
Okay.
let's do the
All right.
top 5
Listen.
games for the Crackhead Olympics. It doesn't have to be the normal Olympics games. I
Yeah.
feel like
Is
what
dodgeball an Olympic game yet?
It
'Cause
is,
if not, it needs to be.
should
No,
definitely
it
be
ain't.
in the
It ain't
Crackhead
one yet.
Olympics.
But
Crackhead Olympics dodgeball is the fucking one of the main games.
Yeah, but instead of
honestly,
we just put crack balls out in the center.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I feel like-
that nobody would throw a single ball.
No,
they
I
would
think-
just fight to the death over all of it.
I think the best game for Crackhead Olympics would be you go to Home Depot and you buy those like tiny homes or a
I love where this
or
is
a
going.
smaller.
I have no idea where it's going, but I
So
love it.
so we go to Home Depot. Say we get
Dude,
5 crackheads,
hang on.
and we'll hold on. This is good.
Dude,
It's
know
already
where
in
you
here.
go. I know where you're going. Go
No, you
ahead,
don't.
but I'm gonna.
So you get
Oh,
5.
right.
So you get 5 crackheads. You get 5 tiny homes from Home Depot, and they're already laid out. You got your plumbing. You got everything in there, and you set them down and into like
Yeah,
a
I love
platform in the sand, and like everything's sanded up. We're shoeless crackheads, by the way. There's no
Okay.
grip. They have no grip. They
Okay,
can
so the
only
second
wear.
requirement for the Crackhead Olympics is no shoes.
No
You have to
shoes.
be high as fuck on crack, and you can have no shoes. All right.
Exactly.
You gotta be able to live a fucking fridge.
We're gonna also,
Indoor plumbing.
We're gonna also provide Tweety Bird T-shirts for them because most crackheads wear Tweety Bird or some Looney Tunes character on
Tell
their
it to-
Yeah,
clothing.
if they're not wearing a Tweety Bird shirt, they got one.
Yeah,
okay?
and it always the Tweety Bird shirt is always like their arms are like Tweety Bird's arms are crossed. It says "Don't mess with this bitch," or something like
Oh, yeah.
that. Anyways, so we'll provide the shirts as well. That's fine. So what we'll do is
Free shirts.
we'll kick,
Free shirts, crackheads.
So
we
we'll-
got them.
So we'll kick the police siren off because that will fucking hype them up,
Oh, yeah.
Instead of a gun
No,
to
hang
shoot
on.
off,
We'll
do-
the tornado sirens going
that'll
off,
work,
bro.
yeah. Well, every Tuesday, we'll turn a tornado siren on, and the fastest crackhead to strip all the copper out of that house
Nice.
wins.
Okay, I love
like
it. All right. Okay,
That
so
was beautiful.
I love
that
it.
was.
I love that too.
Thank you.
So, but we'll guarantee.
What they're all
No. What we'll guarantee for these motherfuckers, because some of them don't want help, but some of them will. So what we'll do, the top 2, top 3, whatever, we'll be like, all right, you win this house that you just stripped.
Like after they
Okay,
strip
yeah,
it,
yeah.
you're like, hey, by the way, this shirt's yours.
yeah. We will, if they want help, that's one thing. If they don't, we'll ship them back to the games again, right?
Oh, kind of like the Hunger Games.
Yeah. But if they want,
You
but
can
if-
either take rehab or you could go to game 2.
I'm trying to make this like we're trying to help people too.
Yeah,
right?
I love
those crackheads, dude.
If most crackheads don't want help, but some of them are in bad places. So what we'll do is we'll fucking, if they really want help, they'll be competing real hard, and if the top 3, we'll guarantee them, we'll send them to get help, straight help, and then.
What the fuck are you doing?
I feel like we should have.
No,
the
no,
losers.
sponsored.
The losers should get the help because I mean, if you
Yeah.
want the best performance,
If
out
you're
of
the
your
worst-
crackheads,
yeah, if
you
you're
want
the
them to be
worst.
you want them to be a shitty crackhead that is
Yeah.
just only for crack,
You can't be the worst.
and you got to
crackhead in the
offer them
group.
that, and that's
Okay,
how
well-
that's how you get peak performance. I feel like.
Whatever,
Yeah.
we'll help somebody.
Yeah,
Listen,
we should definitely do that.
And then we'll be like, hey, when you go, you go get clean. You go to the fucking rehab, get clean.
And
we
can have
guarantee
this
you a
mini
job.
house.
We guarantee you a job. That's your fucking reward.
What is happening?
Come
First
back.
of all, we're playing
Wait.
we're playing crackhead Olympics here. I'm not fucking.
Well,
this
I'm
is-
trying to help some fucking.
I'm not playing
you
fucking
know,
Home Improvement with fucking
Yeah.
Zack Snyder on fucking ABC here.
Trying to
We're
just do
playing
good for the
crackhead
community,
Olympics. That was
No,
game
look,
1.
no, look.
We're stripping copper. What's game
That's
2?
fine. That's fine. We're just trying to help. We're just trying to help a couple crackheads, dude. They want help. We'll help them.
Okay, so the crackheads that don't get the help,
But if
go
they
on
don't
to
want
game
help,
2.
then
Yeah,
they're
so
gonna
What
lift
is
the
their game?
event 2. Lift the fucking bus. You know what I mean? Get the bus off
Lift a
the
bus.
quarter.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
a quarter underneath that bus. Lift it. I
Yeah,
don't
we're
give a
doing-
shit,
We
dude.
save all of the cardboard from Gotzi's.
Oh, I love this already. Okay.
all the old newspapers. And see who can build the most sweetest.
Dopest grid.
And then we do
Game 2, dopest cardboard crib.
Game 1 was ripping a house down, and Game 2 is to build one up.
No, you may not use any of the copper you stripped from Game 1.
You only get duck cake.
No, you
Duct
use
tape.
use that copper money to build the cardboard box up.
Oh my God. Yeah.
What's we better
I
find,
like that.
we
So
better
then-
find Game 3.
So then Game 2, whoever fucking loses that one because Andy, we have to send him to fucking rehab.
Yeah, we gotta send these bitches rehab.
And they're going to be pissed.
Let's try
lose,
to.
you gotta
I
rehab,
mean,
you
let's
win,
try.
here's more
Hey,
crack
hey,
for the
it's
next
rehab or jail. That's the deal.
No,
jail.
no jail, dude.
We're
You think
building-
we're gonna have any participants if we're like, hey, if
No,
you
we don't
win,
tell them that. You just tell them
No.
there's free crack.
No,
at the
we're gonna
end.
be
They're
like
coming.
Yeah,
fucking-
you got to give them what they want, or we'll only have one ever crackhead Olympics.
We're going to be
Yeah.
like, what's
I mean,
his name?
We need you to get
Dana White.
too.
We're gonna listen. We're getting into the logistics later, but
Hold
we
on.
gotta. You know what I'm saying?
Dana White, like he did. Can we buy Crackhead Island?
Yes,
Yeah.
you can.
That's what we'll do.
Just call it Crackhead Island. I mean,
We'll buy an
what
island.
else would we call it?
It's down there by Monty.
Whitney Houston
And we'll,
Island.
we'll buy an island. We'll buy an island down there by Monty.
How funny would it be though if somebody really did buy an island and just
Called it Crackhead Island.
Crackhead Island?
And they did this.
Seriously though, and a fucking serious thing, how fucking funny would it be to have the crackhead Olympics?
We're
I mean, we're
sitting
just talking about it, and my fucking face hurts. I've been laughing
I've
so
always
hard.
because, you know, dude, they got these.
Hey, we could do it in Oregon.
You know what? Most
Wait a
crackheads
minute.
I've seen are actually athletic.
We could do Crackhead
Dude,
Olympics.
I mean, yeah,
in
they're
Oregon.
lean. They're lean.
They
don't.
can go
they normally,
fast.
yeah, they normally have sold everything
can
they have
outdo
for crack,
us.
so they can walk. They run, walk
I
around
promise
town all the
you.
time.
I promise you, they're gonna outdo whatever you want. We put a chore up, they're gonna beat us. I promise.
What if we give them all a
A
set of
chore.
pliers?
And they're stronger than us because
Oh, wait.
they have crackhead
Hold on.
strength.
I heard something about pliers. Let me hear this.
we give them all a set of pliers and see which one can yank out the most nastiest tooth.
Ooh.
That's a
That's a
net
deep
three.
game. I like that. That's
Yeah.
a deep. Yeah, that's a nit.
That should be like the final.
You got
thing.
fucking.
We could get crazy.
And if
You got
win that-
Tyrone over here.
if you
He's
win
fucking
that,
ripping out 7
You got to go to
teeth.
rehab and the dentist.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Why are we helping these? We're gonna go to
Dude,
Oregon.
hang on,
First of
man.
all, we're going to Oregon because
Look.
crack's legal there now, so we
What-
can totally do
what
crack.
I don't
Olympics.
understand
Hang
is
on.
can we just like donate to like a rehab facility
Yeah,
and
we
then
can do
and then
that.
and then
That'll be
just
fine.
like these crackheads that we pick, we want the
We want
we
the
want
best
the,
for
we want the
them.
cream of the crop. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I mean,
I
That's
don't
fine.
want a guy that's like, I'm kind of a crackhead. I might need to go to rehab. Maybe I'll go to the crackhead Olympics. No, I want
basically what I'm saying.
Tyrone Biggums. You
Look,
know what I mean?
look, look,
Like
we can-
neck scratching.
That's fine.
Yeah.
crackhead.
All I'm saying is, the only way this is gonna happen is we gotta act like we're doing some good for somebody.
That's what I'm
you know
saying.
what I'm saying?
The
Like,
first
gotta
thing we
hey,
say is we're
putting
donating
these-
this, and then
yeah.
that's what every you know.
Some
all-
people,
all
there
some
were
people
guys
need
do.
help.
Do you remember the bootleg DVD that was going around?
Bum fights.
Yeah.
Oh my,
Oh my god, I loved
dude.
it. It was
Yeah.
so good.
It was,
you can still
that
find
was
it.
kind of like crackhead.
Yeah,
Olympics.
and
Oh, it
and
was.
and they don't even give them catch. Just like a burrito or something, right?
Oh, they didn't barely gave him $20.
Yeah, it was
It
nothing.
Barely
and they
gave
just
him
fucking.
and
I
they
mean,
would just kill
I remember
each
I
other.
watched one of them, and one of them got their eye ripped out.
I wouldn't doubt
Like
it.
physically ripped their eye out, like you saw the cord and all that shit, dude. It was fucking awesome. I mean, that was dark web days. That was
Yeah.
like I downloaded that shit on LimeWire.
Yeah,
remember-
I think it was,
Fucking
I think it
Napster.
was like one of the first videos of Kimbo Slice I ever saw.
yeah, dude.
Dude, he,
Rest in peace, Kimbo Slice.
yeah, he punched a dude. I mean, because he used to do like,
He's a
you know,
bad motherfucker.
dark
Those backyard
backyard fights, big
shit was
scary
sick,
dudes.
dude.
And dude, he hit a dude in the side of the head and busted his eye socket out, and the dude's eyeball was like hanging out.
I think I've seen that video, dude. It's crazy.
I think I have too. He
Yeah,
was bald headed.
I literally downloaded that on LimeWire.
Yeah.
I remember that.
yeah.
LimeWire. Oh my.
Shout out to LimeWire.
Yeah,
dude.
shout out to LimeWire for fucking up like 3 of my laptops.
They- And you'd always
Dude.
dude, that's the fastest way to give your fucking
You know what?
whole family's computer fucking AIDS.
You know what's
ruin
ruining
it, dude.
Hey,
They'd always, if you downloaded the wrong song or the wrong file, it'd be I'll tell you, I didn't have sex with that woman, but I did download. Remember, it was like a fake fucking
dude.
Bill
Yeah.
Clinton.
Oh, it would piss you off so bad.
Right.
These motherfuckers don't know about LimeWire.
What the fuck is pasta?
Dude,
Did I
You know
hear
what's
you say
crazy,
rest
though?
in peace?
You know what?
Slice?
yeah,
Yeah, he's
he
dead,
died.
dude.
You
What
didn't
did he
know
die of?
Kimbo was down?
Yeah, yeah,
Uh-uh.
he had a heart
Crack.
attack.
Got
I
a
mean-
crack.
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, I don't know what it was.
Lost the crackhead Olympics.
I mean, but the,
Yeah,
but
dude,
the
he might have
he
been-
was
if-
an older dude. Like,
He
If
was.
Kimbo Slice was in the crackhead Olympics,
watched him watch-
he would have fucking shit on every crackhead
I watched him.
ever.
I watched him fight one of the last fights he did, like MMA. He fought like Andre 3000 or some shit. Or I don't know, dude.
who the fuck is
Andre 3000 is the singer from Outkast, you fucking idiot.
Dude, no, I swear to God, he fought somebody like
He did not
something
fight Andre
5,000,
3000.
dude. I don't know, but it was like the
Was it
snooze
Power
fest.
Man 5000? The whole
I
band.
don't know, man. I'm
This
just
is what it's like a world collide.
anyway, you know.
So what's game 4 of Crackhead Olympics?
Fuck. We gotta get a whole vent in this, huh?
It's got to have something to do with cigarettes. I mean, all of them.
I agree 100%
Okay,
with that.
I got it then. All right, hold on. Let me conjure this. Ready? All right, so we have a sandbox, right? And it's like maybe 400 feet by like 650 feet.
So when you when he said cigarettes, you came up with a sandbox.
Chill.
Like
Just chill.
in
Let me finish
in
this.
that amount of
Let me
time.
finish this.
Okay, sorry.
Please.
That's crazy.
Okay, so so we have a sandbox, 400 feet by 650 feet, I think is what I said. We'll do it.
Didn't draw the
5.5.
sandbox over.
Yeah, draw my sandbox real quick.
I'm circling where I think you're going with this.
I bet you won't. So the sandbox itself will be 6.5 feet deep of sand, and at this point in time, we'll be okay. So we're game 4. So we'll have what, like 4 people left? 3 people? Did we establish how many crackheads there would be in total?
We'll take as many as we can get.
they fucking made it. I
Okay.
mean, we just have at some point we have to go to like,
Say, okay,
the last thing.
we'll
there has
say
to
we
be
take-
one winner.
We'll take 100 crackheads. Let's say that.
All right. So what will
Event
happen
one,
then?
event one, we'll eliminate half of them.
Okay, so what will happen is then, say there, however many are left, there will be half as many of this. So you will you'll sound the crackhead alarm, the tornado siren, and they'll fucking take off, and they have 14 minutes
Yeah.
to find a half smoked Newport. And it's
In
buried.
this
It's buried in this-
gigantic.
Yeah.
6 feet deep, 600 feet wide by 400
Okay,
feet long.
and we're gonna have
If there's-
half. We're gonna have if there's 100 people left, we're gonna have
There's
50
50.
fucking Newports.
No,
Do you know how-
no.
half smoked
no.
Newports. So we're gonna have.
We're in
full
event
Newports?
4. We're in event 4.
Yeah, so it'll be like
we're
10.
taking 100 from the get go. Event 1, we're gonna lose half of them.
So
I feel
we're probably about
So we're
like
down to
15.
50.
So
In
we
event
have to
2,
buy 100 fucking houses
No,
from
no.
Home Depot.
Let's do it last.
Yeah, that challenge needs to be fucking loud.
half
Okay,
those
well-
motherfuckers going back.
How about we do that one at
Well-
2 then?
We'll do the
Well,
sandbox.
then now we gotta
That's
do
what I
5.
said, dude.
Either
the
way,
top
we're in
3
game
will
4.
buy a fucking house. Jesus Christ.
Okay, so this one I'm talking
This
about
should be
now,
number 1.
This is number 1.
Yeah,
This is the first one.
I like this one.
Okay.
Yeah. So you would just
Yeah.
have
So are we?
half smoked Newports just buried like
put 50 of them.
sporadically throughout
okay.
the.
Whoever
Are
can
there
find
there brand new Newports?
No,
and
half
also
smoked. Half
completely. I know that's the goal.
No, they're half smoked already in. And
So
you
there's
have to-
only 50 half smoked Newports.
and the first so to even do bonus points once
shit.
you
Who
find
has to smoke
yours.
50
No, they're just
Newports?
glad they get to smoke it.
Yeah.
They're glad they get to finish it off. If they
No,
find
that's
it,
the
Dad's
thing.
gonna go over there and light it.
Hey, this is event 2. We'll let the other 50 that lost smoke half the fucking Newports. We'll throw in there.
So you have to find your cigarette. You have to dig 7.5 feet down, or you could possibly find it right on top.
Yeah.
You fucking finish your Newport and you run, you run back and run through the tape. And
It
then
has
you win.
to be a Newport. You
qualify.
have to have smoked at least one drag off the filter.
Yeah,
I
it's
swear to God, somebody has to put a fucking fridge on their shoulder and ride a bike somewhere.
okay. So that's
Because one
that's probably
motherfucker
number,
I seen in the video is the baddest motherfucker I've ever seen.
That should that be the final?
Ain't
then?
no, there ain't no
know, dude.
way.
Like, the winner of that
You tell me you can roll up on a bike and grab a fucking fridge, put it on your shoulder.
But
and
I can't roll up ever on anything and throw a
Is it-
fridge under any circumstances
I
up
think-
onto my shoulder,
I think
let
we
alone
should,
hop on
Dude,
the bike.
he just fucking.
Let's change the game and make him ride a unicycle and do it.
Ooh.
2 hands. You get 2 hands then, but you're riding a uni.
Let's not get this too difficult, man.
Anyway,
These
so,
guys
okay.
are fucking.
So we switched.
They just want
so we
some more
switched
drugs.
5 for that one, and 2 is the houses. Is 2 houses?
Yeah, two.
All right, so we're left with game 3 and game 1.
I don't even know
If
where
my
we're
math
at
is
this
right,
point.
then.
No. Game,
Somebody's gonna have to strip
game-
some fucking building out.
I thought game 1 was the sandbox.
It is.
Okay, that's where we're at.
Well, that'd be
game
game
two.
5. I mean, I guess it matters how you're counting
The
them.
final game.
Final game would be
The
one
final
in
game
my
has to be like a
idea.
Okay.
Nickelodeon, a slime thing. You know, like they fucking.
Wait, what?
You know, like they.
I'm excited to hear
You
this
know,
one.
they got to do a
Only
try
fill
out
it
one a
full
little
of
bit, you know what I mean?
Chivas Regal and PCP.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking
Just
about.
filter through.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
See who comes out the other end.
That's a
Those
different
motherfuckers,
person.
all of them.
That's a
okay.
different person coming out the other end for sure.
Yeah.
Jesus
Slime
Christ,
made
man.
of friggin' Chivas Regal or Hennessy would be a good one. I love it.
What is that word you're saying?
Chivas Regal?
What the fuck is that?
It's a drink.
Yeah, it's a liquor.
I
I
guess
might
I know
have
that.
some over there actually.
We're gonna have to pause real quick. We're gonna go get some.
We're about to hit that Chivas Regal, whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah, I wish you would go get that shit.
What is it actually? What I've always seen it, but I have no idea.
Of
what
course,
it
he
is.
has it at Gotzi's.
I'm pretty sure Chivas Regal is a scotch, isn't it?
I have no clue. I know I've seen it in bars always. I've never seen a
Is it a brown
bartender grab
bottle?
it, and I've never had a drink that it's you know what I mean, that's called for it. I don't know.
Yeah, I can picture the
Dude.
bottle.
So I
But
think
yeah.
the only way that we fucking end this though,
I mean,
it's got to be
Yeah.
game. So game uno, as in the last crackhead.
the last
alive.
one has to
Like,
be like the Nickelodeon thing where you're like fucking, you're doing all these things you're going through.
Oh, like the
You know what I
double
mean?
dare challenge.
Yeah,
where-
you know,
or-
remember,
dude,
like,
do you
you're-
guys
you're
remember
fucking
what was the temple? The one with the temple.
Oh, dude.
That was my favorite show of all
Uh,
time. I would watch that right now if they had it.
Stop it!
It was fuck.
What?
Oh god
The
damn it!
Nickelodeon show
A
that was
Templar's.
a temple. No.
No,
I didn't have Nickelodeon.
stop it! Stop it! Somebody's screaming at us listening to this.
Oh
right
yeah.
now. It's fucking boo.
It was a
I
it was
love
a
that
thing's
show.
name. It was the
Temple of the something. Temple of the.
Yeah, dude, he
They were
talked. It was
always-
so shitty.
These dude, I always got so
They had
mad
the
when I watched
monkey, and he was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, the
them. They had to
monkey."
assemble. They had to
Yeah.
assemble the monkey's head.
yeah.
And I was always like, these dumb motherfuckers, dude.
I always thought that too. I was like,
I
dude,
was
if I
like,
ever
I
got on
could
this
get
show, I would
this so
dominate. I
quick.
would be the champion of the
The other
fucking
one,
world.
the other one was the
Double Dare. Double Dare was dope.
the gladiator. They had to climb the mountain at the end. What was that one? They
Oh goddamn!
Remember-
Gladiators?
no,
That one
remember
was sick,
remember when
too,
they had to the end of the thing was
Guts.
that guts. I
Guts.
fucking love guts.
And that's how it said it. It goes. It literally goes guts.
Remember that?
Legends of the Hidden Temple.
There it is. Yes, dude. So we're gonna do Legends of the fucking crackhead temple then. So that's like
you gotta
game-
assemble this fucking
No.
crack pipe.
There's 2 left.
It'd be Legends
So
of the
there's-
Hidden
You have,
Crack
a, you
Rock.
have a crack
So
pipe
there's
in there. You
two
gotta
left.
A huge
assemble it.
crack rock somewhere hidden in this fucking
dope.
temple.
Yeah.
It's at
Go
the very
find it.
top.
And a spoon and lighter.
Yeah, yeah.
So the
Needle
crack-
and a spoon, and and
So the crackler. So the big.
no.
so
The best part is
40-pound crack
you have
rock.
this huge fucking temple and there is no crack in it.
So
What's the guy that gets them? What are we gonna put for the guy that gets them though? Instead of like
Oh, how like
Well,
Legends
yeah,
of the Hidden
what-
Temple
what-
had
yeah.
that like thing that would
that he
grab
would come
him.
grab him.
Yeah.
What can we get him to?
Be like, It'd be like a police.
Yeah, it'd just
police
be the law.
officer, FBI agent.
You're
Oh,
going
I
to
got you, crackhead.
Hey, yeah, and they grab
It
him
has
like,
to be.
you're going
it
to
has-
jail for good.
It has to be Denton's neighbor.
Like, you're going to jail for good. They grab him like,
Yeah.
you're going to jail.
Hey, this isn't a TV show, by the way. We fucking got you. You lost.
Yeah,
You're going
yeah.
to prison.
This whole thing was
You just smoked crack for 4 hours on live TV.
yeah. So the whole show, the whole show is we lure all these crackheads in and then we arrest them. You know what I mean? We put them in
Spoiler
jail,
alert.
dude. They have no idea because they're not watching
The whole
TV.
time they
so
think they're
all
gonna win
fall for
something.
it. So we
Yeah.
just take them to jail,
This crack rock will get us high for hours.
and then we find
Hours
some,
I know.
and then we find some help for someone.
Fuck that, dude.
I know, dude. Listen. Anyway, guts, dude.
Crazy.
By the way, guts. I loved the one. I wanted to climb the fucking mountain.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Guts was sick.
The end of guts is. I was like, dude, I was like, dude, I
Guts.
could always kill these motherfuckers in this. Like, did they just?
That was,
did
I
they
think-
get the worst people ever to do these shows?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I could do that so easy. I could skill up
Like,
that
was
mountain
it,
so
it was
easy.
kids scaling the mountain or adults?
Well, they did
They're
so they
kids,
did
dude.
they
And,
did
like,
events
the-
all day. They did all these events, and then like the final like whatever, they had to scale like this mountain. They're like throwing these
Like
fake
foam rocks at 'em
foam
and
rocks
shit.
at, and they had to climb
Yeah.
up there and hit the thing at the top.
It was the
It's
cheesiest
like,
show ever, but it was so cool. Like,
But
they
I
all
was-
had like
yeah,
matching shirts
I
and
was
like
always like,
helmets.
I'm so
Hey, I
ready.
actually have the theme song for Guts pulled up, and I'm gonna play like 10 seconds of it just so we can hear it.
Yeah.
I just want to hear that
honestly
voice.
don't remember it.
Do you have it? Do you have it?
Oh yeah.
Do you have
Probably
Do you
not
have
gonna
the
do.
dope?
Dude, you remember the?
I don't remember.
Yeah, we can say,
Oh.
do you smoke crack?
Do you smoke the crack?
Do you smoke crack? Crack.
I think that was like maybe like one of my first like lottery fantasies was I remember thinking like, dude, if I ever win the lottery, I'm gonna buy or build, you know what I mean? The Guts obstacle courses.
Oh,
And
really?
just go
When you were a
dominate
kid?
them. Yeah.
That'd be
So
sweet.
you were just gonna build them yourself and just be like blank check movie and just be like, fuck you, I've got a slide in my room kind of situation.
Yeah.
So you're gonna
kinda.
let people come and hang out, or are you just gonna fucking win
No,
them?
nobody.
Totally.
I would totally Cartman the shit out of that thing and be like, no, I'm the only one on my obstacle course.
Casa Bonita,
Yeah.
Casa Bonita.
You know what's crazy?
Do you remember when Cartman buys the amusement park?
Yes.
Oh my god, it's beautiful. fucking
Do
thing.
I remember?
We've referenced
Hey,
South Park like 9 times.
You know what's crazy? I was thinking. Speaking of all this shit, you guys ever fucking seen the beer Olympics, or not the beer Olympics, but the beer mile?
The beer mile.
You ever heard of the beer mile?
Like the one that Levi used to do here.
Yeah,
Oh my
we used
God,
to
It
do.
makes me sick to think about because it sounds like you're like running a mile and chugging
Yes.
beers.
That's exactly what you're doing.
It is great. So this guy has the record for the. So what you do is you start off and you chug a beer, and it has to be a certain percentage of beer. It has to be a bottle. You can't shotgun it. So it's like a bottle. And this dude is like mastered the ability to just suck beer out of a bottle. So you chug a beer, run a lap, a quarter mile, chug another beer, run a quarter mile, chug another beer, run a quarter mile, chug another beer, and finish the mile. And this dude has done it in like 4 minutes and something. This guy holds.
Do you know how? I mean,
hang on. I got.
I don't. I feel like I might be able to chug the second beer, but there is no way I'm making it through lap 2 without just
Yeah,
hurling.
I wouldn't be able to chug 4 beers in 4 minutes.
He runs it in 4.24 minutes. 4 minutes and 24 seconds. This dude runs a beer mile. He chugs 4 beers and runs a mile.
Hell, that might be a world record on the freaking mile.
No, there's a
It's
sub
crazy.
4 mile. I think.
No,
Hey.
but
Yeah, it's
While we're
it's-
talking about this, I'm gonna get us a surprise.
okay.
Keep going.
Yeet.
All right. So no, but what's crazy is Levi was huge into this, so we were like, he's like wanting to do it. So I'm like, all right, let's try it out. So we try it out, one day, it was like a Saturday, and we're hungover as shit, and it's hotter than fuck. Don't go great.
No.
Right? No, it doesn't go great. So then he was like trying to do this every year at Corn Day. So we did it like 2 years in a row on Corn Day. And I don't know what I did the first time, but the second time did okay. But like Luke Pyle shows up, motherfucker ain't done any kind of
Anything
in like years, and he doesn't drink. Dude slams like 4 ice houses and does this motherfucker in like 8 minutes. The best I got was 12.
A beer mile?
Yeah, I did one in 12 minutes.
I could do it. I would have to walk it though.
Honestly, I thought it would be bad, right? So I'm not very good at chugging, right? Not good at chugging beer.
Guess I
I'm
just
not
pulled a
I'm not
bottle
good
of
at chugging
liquor out of the
anything.
phone.
So
I hope Jay just saw that.
Yeah,
So-
Chad, thanks for giving us the phone. We have a secret liquor spot now.
So yeah, I'm not good at chugging anything, regardless. Like, but whenever I like took me a little bit to chug the one, and I ran. I thought it'd be like bad. I get back, I'm kind of thirsty. After the first quarter, the beer goes down pretty good. Oh man, it feels great.
Oh,
Honestly, it's
shit.
not that fucking bad, but it's crazy.
Sounds
But
horrible.
for a
dude.
guy to do it in 4 minutes and 24
he
seconds,
was sprinting.
Yeah, he's. I mean,
What's the normal mile? I thought the normal mile was like 5 minutes.
I mean,
no,
yeah, like in
dude.
fucking high school.
There's people that can do it under 4 minutes.
Yeah,
I don't
there's
know
there's
what
a
the-
sub
the
4.
record-
There's sub
I don't
4
know what
miles.
I don't know what the world record is in a mile,
That's-
but this dude is chugging
That's that
4
shit,
beers.
Ding dong over there.
He's chugging 4 beers and running a mile in 4 minutes and 24 seconds. It's crazy.
I think I'd have a hard time getting the beers.
That's
down that fast.
crazy.
It is.
It's crazier than hell. Hey, Blake.
The world record mile is 3:43.
What? 3 minutes? A
3
mile?
minutes and
That's fucked. I feel like a fucking turd.
this dude's drinking 4 beers and he's going 4:24.
I bet you that guy appeared to be sprinting. Probably looked like he was.
Dude, he had to be sprinting. I mean, you got to think about like a 400. You know what I
I
mean?
used to be able to run a 400 in high school. I don't know that. It was a fucking.
I ran one in like 59 one time.
I was thinking I was
At-
like right under a
At track
minute,
meet.
and that was me fucking puking.
Yeah, you're going hard.
That's it. That's all I was doing. I'm not running.
I think
3
the
more.
record at the high school was like 50.
Dude, could you
I
imagine?
remember running like
That's
yeah.
running. I mean,
Like a
you would have to run a
It's right in a
45,
minute.
like a 45-second 400
yeah,
every time,
yeah,
That's
right?
yeah.
I was awful in track, but I did at one point.
No fucking way.
I would like to know if I still hold the record, but I have at one point in time held the record for sit-ups in a minute at Booth School.
I think you still got it.
93 in a minute.
Booth?
I mean,
Wasn't that like what was that? Like?
I can honestly tell you,
What's
you
the
probably
grade?
hold that record still
What's the grade?
because
I think I set the record.
is anybody
in
going to Booth
7th,
School anymore?
and I did worse whenever I was in 8th.
Hmm.
You know how he had to do the physical fitness tests. They probably don't do that anymore.
No, Reagan wasn't a president
they-
when I was in
They
fucking high
couldn't.
school.
We had to do physical fitness tests.
We had to do pull-ups, sit-ups.
Pull up, sit ups, push ups, shuttle run, mile run.
Is that the surprise?
Yeah, get the bottle
Is
out.
that the surprise of the
Take you a
night?
little
You said
shot
you had
of
a
that.
surprise for me and Blake earlier.
There you go.
Yeah, I got it out of the.
Snort.
No,
while you
you-
guys were talking about the fucking mile.
Er,
line.
way earlier, you said you had a surprise.
It was the disco ball.
Oh,
pretty good.
oh, okay.
I never did.
You've never tried that before, Blake?
I never did get to my.
He's about to freak
No,
out.
we'll come back.
He's
to
about to
that.
freak out. He's
Bob
about to be like,
Lazar
"Oh,
question for you.
Jesus!"
Oh, sorry, we got way off topic.
Yeah, we.
It's weird, isn't
I
it?
mean, we got into
What
the
was it?
crackhead.
I didn't.
We got into the crackhead Olympics and shit. I don't know.
I remember him saying that it looked like the craft was made. There was no seams, no rivets, no bolts.
Yeah, it was. It's. It looked like it was like one piece.
Like 3D,
3D printed.
Yeah.
out of metal.
which they do now. They use metal. Dude that came in and explained it to us. They put like a what did he say? They put like a powder down. That's like pretty much like a negative that won't make it stick to the platform, and then it lasers like shrapnel almost in a sense that would kind of fuse it together as one.
Heat? Do they have to use heat?
Yeah, so they do one layer,
some sort of laser,
and then the laser would go over the top of it and heat it, and then they do another layer, and then a laser.
See what the whole seamless thing brought me to was like somewhat of an explanation of maybe the H block or like what is it? Goblike Tempe? Goblike.
Yeah.
Okay. Where those rocks, it's madness how it looks. They're huge and they're like they're perfectly they're clearly not like square rocks, but they're crazily like put together perfectly with you can't even fit a hair in between them. And they're somehow able to, you know what I mean, like
weird shaped.
Yeah, like that. And it's and it's just clearly random rocks that were just put together, but it's like somehow they made them they made them fit.
You care to show that to the people?
I love how.
Yeah, they were just kind of.
By the way, I love how we just.
But that's something
They weren't like square rocks, but they fit perfectly.
So smooth.
Yeah, so it's something like they have to be using something where they can manipulate like solid matter without heat or cutting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're able to, people have suggested like a frequency of some sort, like a sound wave that like disrupts the atoms to a point to where they can mold it, manipulate it.
Ooh.
To where you or put it together to where you don't need a saw, you don't need heat, you don't have to cut it, break it, chisel it. That there's other ways to go about forming things, and maybe that's something that
Tetris
either kind of either that's something that people knew a long time ago that somehow we forgot, we lost it, or something else came here and did that.
So in
that's
a sense,
that's a fucking crazy question, and that's where you're like, okay, so he saw this fucking ship that had no seams on it, like, well, maybe something came here, and what he said was, this is all his accounts, okay? He said that he was told that the craft and the engine or the device or whatever you want to call it that could manipulate and control gravity was found in like an archaeological dig. It wasn't something that like crashed fucking 25, 30 years ago. It was something that they dug up out of the ground that had been here for a long, long, long time.
That's fucked.
Yeah. It wasn't that's another thing that's super creepy about it, is that it's not like it was it's not like this thing, it's not like the Roswell crash and then they're like, oh, call Bob Lazar, see if he can come look at it. Like, this is something they found in the ground
and exhausted all their options.
Exhausted all their options, and they literally get on the fucking internet and find a dude that hooked a fucking jet engine up to a car, and they called him up and they're like, hey man, see what you think, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, for it to even be to the point where it came to an archaeological dig, I mean, at least backdates it tens of thousands.
Yeah. You don't even, who knows?
I mean, it's, even if there was some crazy mudslide where it happened and it covered everything up, I mean, it's
thousands of years.
At least.
I keep fucking referring to movies, but it's like Transformers. Like the third one when they fucking, the shit was in the Egypt, it's underneath.
Yeah, it's under, it's in the pyramid.
Like, it's kind of like that, you know what I mean?
It's like how long, like, what.
Those movies were badass. The first three.
What was the fourth? Was the fourth one with fucking Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch?
Yeah.
With Shia LaBeouf, they were sweet.
The chick with Shia LaBeouf was pretty fucking smoking too. She was a.
All I'm saying is like it was kind of like that though. You know what I mean? Like, because on that one they're like, it was under the
It's
temple
been
and
it's
shit.
been there
Like
for,
it was
yeah,
been there.
it's
for a
always
while.
been there.
Yeah,
But that goes back to like War of the Worlds. Like
I don't know why I'm just throwing that out there. I just wanted to, just reference something. But
Well, it would be crazy to think
that's crazy.
if a spacecraft actually did crash in Roswell, then surely it's happened before.
yeah,
I mean, dude, we're
Man,
not just
surely,
making. I
right?
mean,
Yeah, you think that
we're
If
not
one
just
crashed
making
in the
fucking
60s or 40s or 50s, whenever
These-
the hell it was, and who's to say one didn't crash in the
these motherfuckers,
10,622 years ago?
yeah.
these motherfuckers in Roswell, man, they're just the dumbest motherfuckers. They're the only ones that ever crashed.
yeah.
Yeah. You
Well, and-
dumbasses, why'd you?
Like him
Like, you
talking
know what I
about
mean?
him talking about Transformers. I mean, obviously not Transformers themselves,
Yeah,
but
I'm not.
people. I mean, people aren't as creative as people think they are. Like, we're not making all these fucking crazy movies about all this crazy shit out of like imagination.
People just know shit.
There's like a touch of, I think, realism and a lot of science fiction,
Oh yeah,
big time. I mean, maybe
it has
not,
to come from something.
yeah, it comes from something. It might be something that has changed big time. Like, I mean, fuck, we can get into like Harry Potter and all that goofy shit, but I'm talking like science fiction when it comes to like aliens and like
Technology.
technology, like the
Star
way
Trek, if you looked at your wrist and would speak to someone or
look,
whatever.
Look what we're doing now. I mean, fuck,
Yeah.
you talk to your goddamn arm more than anybody I know.
Set reminders like crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You do that. I've noticed that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Denton is always like walking around going, set
does.
time to something to
Remind me
it's
at
like,
8 o'clock in the morning to go get quarters.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank
That
God
would
he
look
does.
if you were doing that fucking 20 years ago. Would they be like,
This guy's crazy.
this guy's fucking crazy?
I still think I'm crazy.
So it's like, yeah, whatever.
Beautiful.
I don't want any more of that.
Oh,
You know
I
what?
think you should do some more of that.
I think we should all do one more and just end it.
All right,
To the
We'll be
Crackhead
back, though.
Olympics.
we'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be back, boys.
We'll be
girls.
back.
I hope, because I want to hear some.
We'll get
I
deeper.
want to hear some more stories.
We've got a couple things that we're holding back.
Yeah.
We've got one for sure that's a big, gnarly one we want to talk about. Take that pull. This is to
Crackhead Olympics,
episode
South
2,
Park.
part 2.
The Simpsons.
Shout out to Scooter and shouting out shit.
Yeah.
Man, that is pretty good.
Hey, that was the first time we've had 3 cameras going at once.
Yeah, it was kind of fun to play with. Hey, thanks. If you are still watching, you're cool.
You're a fucking champion.
That's crazy. Peace.